All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Collegiate Star League's League of Legends season. First game, first week in the first CSL League of Legends event ever. Just kidding. But it's another season, and it's going to be the best one you've ever seen. So thanks for tuning in to UC Berkeley versus Cal Poly State San Luis Obispo. Or just slow. If you guys are slawlers, or if you're from the Berkeleys, thanks for tuning in. Let's go ahead and get into champion picks and bans.
Yeah, pretty standard right now. Tom Kitch, Mordekaiser, and Gangplank, along with Lulu and Fiora. Lulu, the only one kind of stand out. Nidalee also banned out, and that is by Cal Poly. It's kind of a targeted ban more than likely, or maybe just not wanting to deal with some sort of poke comp. But there's plenty of other poke comps coming out that you can form, even if you have like a Kog'Maw or anything like that. It's really no problem. So more than likely, Nidalee being targeted banned over to UC Berkeley.
All right, well, it does look like, at least as far as that goes, we can expect to see not only a big Tom Kench ban there. I'm a super big fan of that ban. I hope I see that ban every single game ever. Hate Tom Kench as a champion. His passive is so good. Well, the passive on his ultimate, which is his second passive. I think he actually has like 3, but
yeah, it's ridiculous.
It is a little bit ridiculous. So let's go ahead and talk about at least a couple of things to do with these two teams. So now, Cal Poly San Luis Obispo has always been a team at school that's had a very strong presence in the CSL. Martel, Pismo, Slow, these guys have failed their classes over and over again just to play in the CSL. I'm just kidding about that, of course, but it seems like they've been here forever. Very familiar faces to the CSL if you guys have been watching over the course of multiple seasons.
Yeah, and it actually does seem like forever, because 4 years can seem like a long time. If you go to a standard college route, 4 years, some of these people, some of them go a little bit longer, though, not just because they're failing classes. More than likely they're not failing classes. I don't even know if they can play in CSL if they're failing classes, but sometimes they're going for being doctors. They want to go for a little bit more of a degree, and you can still keep going for more that past that 4 years, and that's why we see them over and over again every year, and it gets better and better. I'm really excited. Darius locked in. That's another reason why I'm excited. Meanwhile, yeah, Slow showing their bot lane.
Exactly. I feel like if we're going to cast a team named Slow from a school named Slow, we should talk really slowly.
That would go against your rapid name, though.
Alright, well, let's go ahead and just get into it. So, we talked about Darius, super strong, Akali, being hovered over, super not strong. But in the right hands, magic can happen. So I'm expecting to see something here, although probably what I'm expecting does not include an Akali. Although, hey, I'm all for it, man. I remember back in the days, Season 1, Season 2, Boys Akali. Yeah, every single time. Like, her Shroud was just absolutely disgusting, and now it's not. So, now it's like, you pick ward, and then
well, Pink Ward's been in the game the entire time. I think almost the entire time League of Legends he has been in a game, as far as I know. It's just I don't think anybody knew how to place them back in the day, so we don't have to worry about that these days, anyways. But you do have a Rengar, who Pink Ward still help out with, and people have gotten better at throwing them. But Rengar still kind of deletes people off the map a lot faster than Akali. So we'll see. I'm not really a big fan of Rengar hovering, even being hovered over right here. Into a Darius, into a Braum, and even a champion that has some sort of repel or I guess invulnerability tactic like an Elise. I don't think Rengar fares very well with any of that.
Well, as much as I may not like Rengar, or you may not like Rengar, what really matters is whether or not Pismo does. And we're about to find out what he is going to like. And in case you guys aren't big fans of the CSL or haven't watched it for a while, give you a little hint that Wukong, it's going down there. So we're going to be really excited to see that, or at least I'm going to be. I don't know about you guys. I hope you're excited. If you're not excited yet, just wait until we get into the game. But first, we have to finish champion select. So we know the junglers. We know the top laners. Morgana, a little bit of a flex pick now, but we still don't know what AD carry and mid lane combo, basically just the carry lineup. It's going to be, okay, yeah, I was going to say, right as I say that, it's going to be locked in Ezreal and Ahri for a lot of poke.
Yeah, a lot of poke and also a lot of mobility. Going to be hard to catch up with him. And having a Darius in their front line along with Braum, it's a fantastic front line. Darius is a huge, huge pick right now. With the new Juggernaut meta, that's been really hitting the top lane. And even if Mordekaiser gets through, hitting the bottom lane for some reason. I don't know what world we live in. But, yeah, huge front line because he is a huge tank, but he's also extremely powerful. And when you get Black Cleaver, they changed his hemorrhage. I think it's called bleed now. I think they changed it over to physical damage. It used to be magic damage. Does now does physical damage, which means with one auto attack, it practically kind of procs the Black Cleaver over time to its fullest potential. So Darius, really big pick because he's just incredibly strong. But Talon is a strong pick too. But man, when you have someone like Darius, it's so hard to just jump on anybody.
Wow. Yeah, Talon.
I don't know about it.
Talon's always that pick if you've ever watched any sort of Asian League of Legends, whether it's LPL or LCK. They love hovering the Talon pick because some of the biggest role models in Korean and Chinese League of Legends have been known for being very, very good at Talon. So it's kind of a legend if you're super good at it. But most of the time, it just falls a little bit too far behind. It's very difficult to get into the backline against a bunch of CC and tanks, especially playing Talon into a Braum who can block a lot of your damage, give extra resistance stats to the carries, or just knock you up and CC you to death. That's a lot to jump into, including things like Charm, Cocoon, and frankly, surprised that we don't see Morgana support on Cal Poly, or on Berkeley, because when it comes to things Talon hates, it's long range hard CC, because he jumps in, he just gets Darkbound, gets Cocooned, gets Charmed, and all of a sudden starts kind of hating his life there. So really excited to see what Team God can make happen on that Talon. But as far as power picks, it doesn't get more powerful than Pismo's Jungle Wukong. And it may not seem like a pick that you've seen very often, but it is definitely a comfort pick. If you've ever watched this guy play, if you've ever watched Cal Poly San Luis Obispo, you definitely know about Pismo.
Yeah, I mean, everyone has their comfort picks. I mean, there's even Teemo is a comfort pick that we saw in one of the I think the first NACC. It was either the semifinals or finals. We saw Teemo pick. So I mean, it doesn't matter the kind of champion that you pick. If you're comfortable on them, you'll know every quirk about him to be able to maximize his effectiveness on the map, and that's pretty much what we're going to be seeing here with this Wukong pick in the jungle. Very excited to see that, but he has a lot of opposition, and like you were talking about, a lot of like long-range skill shots coming out. Larbear, Turkey Master, Kevy Bear, they have a lot of kiting potential, a lot of poke potential underneath, a lot of siege underneath the turret just by poking out somebody, and yeah, not to mention the catch potential. Cocoon or a Charm, one of them could be followed by the other. It doesn't even matter, because if you have a Darius on your team, they're more likely going to die at that point.
Right. Well, I'm going to pretend like this game is a tank and I am an AD carry and kite my way to a commercial break. And in the meantime, let's go ahead and throw a big thanks to our sponsors. Of course, I'm talking about Twitch, where you're watching this wonderful production, Brain Gear, who's actually just now joining us for this season of the CSL. And if you've never heard anything about Brain Gear, you're like, what on earth is this? It's a certified daily brain supplement, so if you like your brain a little bit bigger, you definitely want to hit this up. So it supports the brain at a cellular level, which is, pretty amazing. If you're looking to maximize your brain health, it's the best choice for you to go for. It's a little bit like, if you need hours and hours of energy, you want your brain to be in tip-top shape, maybe you're just playing League of Legends, hit up some Brain Gear. And of course, our final sponsor, Alpha Draft, where you can, enjoy your finest fantasy esports. Head over to alphadraft.com to check that out. And you can stick right here for more CSL action as Cal Poly San Luis Obispo takes on Berkeley when we come back in just a minute.
Yes, you're very quite tough, always having bad luck. You think you're going crazy, look up, there's a new life in. Your head's buried in the sand, you've been dealt the wrong hand. Can't imagine how you feel, only you know that it's real. Don't look back, just carry on, carry on, carry on. Don't look back, just carry on, carry on, carry on. Because you are stronger. Yes, you are stronger. Because you are stronger. Yes, you are stronger.
And hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to our first game of the CSL's regular season. And just in case you are not familiar with the teams or which sides they are, you want to, just bear with us about the technical difficulties. We're going to go ahead and say that Cal Poly, San Luis Obispo are your team on the right-hand side in the red. And oh no, they're facing checking right into Larbear, who is going to face check into the wall and then flash over it. So already some action. But yeah, go ahead, welcome us to this game. Fekez, what's up?
Hi, welcome to the game. So yeah, like you were talking about, Cal Poly is on the red side, UC Berkeley on the blue side, and yeah, Cal Poly, they like gunned for that for the invade. They didn't waste any time at all. Team God wanted to cover the base on the blue side, on their blue side, I should say.
Yep.
But yeah. Poly, they run and gun for that. They not hesitate at all.
That's right, big fan of Team God. He's actually the highest ranked player in this game, sitting at a few points into Masters, and actually taking a little bit of free damage there from Turkey Master. Speaking of Masters, I mean, if you had to pick one, might as well be Turkey. Speaking of Turkey, happy Thanksgiving to all of our Canadian residents out there. Not sure if turkey's quite the same thing to them as it is to the people in the States, but do want to just wish them a happy Thanksgiving, and maybe the happiest of Thanksgiving to Turkey God of many turkeys, apparently. We'll see if he's got out of this game as we get into the early lane phase. Minions doing their minioning in the lanes. Of course, neutral monsters, neutral monstering. It looks like that's a 1v3, not very fair odds for that Gromp.
No, everyone always beats up on the Gromp, but they're going to go over to the blue buff, so it looks like we do have a lane swap coming out, but also, of course, the double jungle coming out from the top lane and the jungler, so I think they're prepared for it.
This is kind of weird. Denix was following Larbear into the jungle. He's like, all right, let's double jungle. But Larbear's just like a little bit ahead of him. So now Mordenix is like, well, do I recall and go back to base? Do I not? And it looks like they're going to go for an invade. However, that's only because of this early ward coverage. You can actually see one placed in the middle of this lane behind the turrets, just to make sure that they know exactly when Cal Poly is going to come down. And, well, they haven't seen him yet, so this is going to be a nice blue buff steal. A little bit out of the ordinary for Larbear and Mordenix, but you can see the exact same thing happening on the other side, with Pismo picking up a blue buff as well.
Yeah, it looks like Cal Poly is going to try to four-man rush this top lane, get it down as fast as possible, which means they'll get a slight gold lead a little bit faster than UC Berkeley, and because, I mean, they're having Ezreal in their team, who can't really push or siege a turret very fast, while Heaven's Right on Jinx. It's going to be Cal Poly's advantage here, going in the very early going.
All right, well, at least for the time being, we're going to see the first turret go to Cal Poly.
Yeah, no problem.
There we go. All right, taking it down. That's going to go on their side. That's the red team picking that up.
Pushing.
Yeah, that is. They are going to keep pushing. This is before hardly any damage has even been done on this turret in the bottom lane. UC Berkeley, one of the big problems with their push is that they didn't slow push the wave, so they only pushed a single wave into turrets, whereas the top wave pushed in by Cal Poly was a double wave, so it obviously, tanked up a lot more of that turret. Another thing you can talk about as far as pushes are, you can assume that they're going to be slow pushes, because, it's slow, so...
Yeah, Mordenix actually went back, so that means that they're going to push that bottom turret even slower. They're finally going to get it, but UC Berkeley, they're going to get the inner top lane turret.
Man, UC Berkeley just didn't really prioritize things. Oh man, look at those flame chompers too. Beautiful crowd control. The flash out. We're gonna see another flash. There's the one single zap to find the kill. But it's actually not the zap that finds the kill, because on the other side of the map, we actually had Larbear picking up first blood. It's like, you think that it's gonna go down there to Cal Poly, and then Larbear, he's got other ideas.
Yeah, I didn't even get to see what happened in the mid lane, but I mean, I guess if you had to get an advantage somewhere, knowing that the entire team is up on the top lane, the jungler's not going to be counter-jungling you in the mid lane. You might as well take advantage if you're not going to be able to get the tower fast enough. So they did get first blood out of that, but that gold only goes to one person, and that was the Elise, yeah? Yeah, that was Larbear. Oh wait, no, that was Larbear. Oh, that was Larbear on UC Berkeley getting that. So UC Berkeley just came up huge all around, didn't they?
It was pretty big. I mean, it's tied at 1-1, but this is the saddest Darius in the world. It's like, you want to talk about a safe lane? It doesn't get much safer than this. Mordenix is just going to be chilling down on the bottom half of the map, right next to his turret forever. Yeah. So, difficult place to be in for sure. And while he's down there, the rest of Cal Poly are actually just going for this dragon, knowing that Darius, he's going to take a while to get there. I mean, sure, he's got teleport up, but he's just now hitting level 4.
Yeah, sorry about that. I think I got UC Berkeley and slow mixed up for a second there, but it doesn't matter now, because now it's 2 turrets and now a dragon over 2 slow.
Martel walks into a charm and dies, but Team God's trying to put the damage down on the Turkey Master, but he's not level 6, so he doesn't really have that ult kill potential. He's trying to walk around the corner to find an escape, but will he be able to make it? Yellow car, Mordenix, Kevy Bear, Team God, where are you going, man? Where are you at? Oh man, jumps away. The saddest Talon in the world. Kevy Bear gonna grab that one up there, and 1 kill apiece for everyone except the top laner and support, who I will rearrange to be in their correct position so everybody can be a little bit happier.
no problem there. But so yeah, the turn advantage is over to slow, but they're still losing in gold because of the 2 kills they gave up. But they did get them as well. So I mean, in the long run, they're still doing all right. Yeah, they don't have as much gold. They're only 200 down, but the gold is more dispersed over their team to help them get more of an advantage in every aspect of the map rather than just one lane. But we have a gank in the mid lane here.
Looking for it. Cocoon hits right into the charm. A little bit of stack chain CC. And a flash out from Martel. We'll get him out alive.
I love watching Braum leap, especially the luchador Braum leap with his chair. It was very comical. Didn't get the kill though. Got a flash out of Martel, and that's a Rumble. You want that flash, so that's going to be very, very important later on when they more likely try to gank him again. See where he goes, because Team God decided to go up top lane, just get some solo farm. I don't think he's going to have too much attention brought up to him up there. I think that was the idea. Wants to get that. He's already died twice. Wants to try to get some farm, get going, and get to that point that we've been hearing about. Team God on the Talon. See what the pick is all about here, because Talon is a kind of an odd pick, and I said he probably won't get much attention. Cocoon does miss though, so I think he's still all right.
Yeah, those Cocoons have been kind of deadly, maybe just a little bit this game. I'm thinking it's good. 100% or was 100% kill participation until one day all that changed. And of course, that was the mid lane gank that unfortunately wasn't a kill. Hey, it's still pressure, it's still forcing flashes, and man, Cal Poly, it's interesting to see them go with such an, I wouldn't call it unorthodox, but it's like they're just trying the fast push, the 4v0, and to make that split-second call to say, look, we're going to keep pushing instead of trying to swap lanes, really got them up to a really great start. They've got 2 turrets, they've got the first dragon, they're just looking good overall.
But they are losing a lot in CS now, because I mean, look at the bot lane. Turkey Master, he's just been farming to his heart's content. He only got that first turret, but he's way, way ahead of Heaven's Ride. He's only actually 200 gold, but he has a level advantage on him, and he's been able to farm quite a bit, so he has a little bit more gold to go back. Oh hold on here.
Oh no, more Danix, couple more autos. There's the flash. Oh, he hits a minion. What? Okay, that means.
Oh yeah.
Like,
Mistakes were made.
really hate you, minion. But also, I hate this champion, so let me kill him. No, it's a 2v1 though. And Larbear, poor Larbear, is gonna repel, trying to get out. Oh man, one more auto again. The cocoon might save him. True shot barrage misses. Pismo just needs a dash, and Larbear survives.
Very nicely played by Larbear, using his resources there. Every possible resource he could repel into a minion, and also got the cocoon very nicely placed. And then also used the bush to try to lose sight, or make Pismo slow, lose vision of him, I should say. Very
To make Pismo slow.
Yeah.
Hey, there you go. Hoplite in the mid lane is providing his support services at a reasonable fee. Of course, that fee is free because he's the support. He doesn't get to make any of the rules. He gets to follow people around, and he's currently following Martel just to try to keep him in a good spot. He's actually been doing pretty well with dark bindings like that, and just helping keep this Rumble safe after kind of having a little bit of a difficulty. Bottom lane flashing in. It's AD carry versus Bruiser. How's the Juggernaut patch look, Jinx? Something tells me he's not going to enjoy it very much. Flash out, someone to heal. There's the slow, the dunk coming in. Where's the last little bit of damage? He's kiting up, but he can't get out of range. More Denix. Picking up that kill for the 4th kill of the game there for UC Berkeley.
That's an example of how powerful these Juggernauts are. He went on to Flame Choppers. He actually blew his flash also, and still able to get. He was getting kited pretty well by the Heaven's Riot, but still able to get the kill. The Noxian Guillotine is extremely powerful, especially when you have 5 stacks and you get that 40 extra AD to help with the Crippling Strike afterward. Very nicely played by Mordenix.
Man, so let's go ahead and take a little bit of stock of exactly what we can expect to see here, okay? So we've got a couple of things to watch out for. One of them is this Darius starting to maybe get a little bit antsy. He does have the most deaths on the team there for Berkeley, but he's also doing things like flashing on enemy AD carries and just killing them, so I mean, it's A-okay in my book. And the kill score does support that 4-2, so it's nice to see a little bit of a bloodthirsty Berkeley, but when it comes to actual objectives, those 2 turrets and the first dragon, most importantly, really looking pretty big, even though they don't contribute to those big numbers up there on the screen.
Yeah, and it's kind of at an odd standstill right now. It's like, I don't really consider this much of a laning phase in the mid lane, but after the 2 turrets went down slow, look like they're kind of having trouble wondering what to do besides being able to get picks whenever they can. And so far, it's only happened with Team God, I believe. Heaven's Riot and Team God, the only ones that got kills on slow. It doesn't look like they know really what to do. I think they probably should have just swung down to the bot lane and tried to fast push that turret, but they've kind of made it at a standstill. They took the 2 turrets, and now they're just kind of. Honestly, they're getting picked. Mordenix on the Darius has been doing some pretty good work in the bot lane, but they're doing fine wave clearing the mid lane. You have Kevy Bear on Ari, who can wave clear with the Orb of Deception just fine. I mean, you kind of have to make a choice. They do have Slow still has a 500 gold advantage, but I mean, they're losing out on kills. The Dragon is live too. I would like to see how they fare in a 5v5, because Martel does have teleport up.
That's true. He has the Marteleport to get to the dragon fight. And currently, he's sitting the farthest away from the fight as anyone else other than, I don't know, maybe Hoplite. But, I don't know. Here we go. We got Team God off to the side, unable to stop that dragon from going down.
Yeah, slow. They haven't been reacting very well to what they've been doing early.
You're saying they're reacting slowly, right?
Yes, very much so. I'm glad we made that pun more than twice in this game.
Oh, it's many times, and it will be many more. So, if you guys want to cover your ears and just pretend like, you're not hearing anything, I'm totally okay with that. Because at least you're seeing some of the best collegiate League of Legends aside of an ACC.
Yeah, we're going to see. Like I said, slow, they're having trouble here. I mean, and you have Team God in the bot lane. He has a level advantage. I mean, you're still against a Darius. I guess you can kind of poke him out with the with his rake if you can, but I mean, he's not really doing too much to that turret. He's a melee champion trying to siege a turret against Darius. It's not really going to work out too well. Nice catch on Turkey.
Wow, Master, Turkey Master.
Yeah.
About to bite the farm there. He was in a difficult spot. Like, you're standing right next to your turret. You feel kind of good about yourself. You're like, all right, I got this big turret. And then you realize that you just get hit by 1 CC, and you're like, oh man, I really hope I can get out of this. Then the second CC hits, and you're like, Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, when we talk about the NACC, we're not talking about the North American players who are getting crowd controlled all the time, even though that's basically Turkey Master.
Essentially. So it looks like Slow, they are going to rotate to the bot lane here and finally fast push this turret. Or I guess I don't even call it fast push anymore. They're finally going to take this turret because there's 5 people in the bot lane now from Slow. So yeah, they're finally going to get the 3rd turret. Which they should have done this about 5 minutes ago, honestly.
The big question that I like to ask myself, or that I feel like if I, as a spectator, I spend some time thinking about is, okay, well, which team is stronger right now? And it's not necessarily always that simple. You have to think to yourself, well, which team's really doing more right now? And currently, oh man, True Shot Barrage only catches a little bit of a clip on Hoplite, but keep in mind there's a flank coming in. We've got Kevy Bear and Lar Bear, the double bear combo. Cocoon hits onto a dark or a black shield. That's not going to be enough. But Obispo flashes in. He's very low. He's going to spin back to the back, but he's eventually going to go down a 1-for-1 there. Kevy Bear is out of there, and he is way away over the wall, but can he stay alive? Martel guessing the wrong way, finds him as he catches around the brush, some extra move speed there, but there's the equalizer, Kevy Bear getting cooked in the oven. Pineapple upside down cake with that upside down ultimate landing there for Martel to pick up his first kill of the game.
So while that was happening too, it was a nice retaliation by UC Berkeley. They were able to get the mid lane turret and maybe relieve some of the siege, but of course when you get picked and caught, you're gonna not be able to defend the turret. So it looks like Slow gonna rotate to the mid lane, or migrate to the mid lane, I should say. There's really nothing to have the rotation on, you know what I'm saying? Try to take out this mid lane turret, but here comes the company of UC Berkeley.
Yellow Car just walked in and just about died. Larbear's still up there in the front lines, but I feel like Cal Poly are just pinning Berkeley up against this turret. Summoner heals to escape. Finally, Turkey Master gets there and is able to poke them off. Mordanix, of course, a big deterrent there as well, but so much just poke damage. This team comp really working out for Cal Poly.
Yeah, so far so good. As long as they can make the decisions and actually pull the trigger on them, they're doing fine. They're mostly ahead in all CS except for the bot lane. But I mean, Heaven's Riot has 2 kills and 2 kills, so it's not really detrimental to him right now. In fact, he's actually winning in gold right now, but not by much. It's like 100, but still, yeah, they have the tower push. They should have been able to do that earlier. They almost got the bot lane inner turret down. It's like about was it 1,000 health left, 700 health left, so they can rotate down and get that anytime they want, I feel like. And yeah, the poke coming out quite huge, especially if Hoplite lands a Dark Binding. You pretty much half health or 3/4 of a health somebody. And pretty soon, once the items get on their way, they're going to more likely kill them.
That just doesn't sound very menacing. It's like, I'm going to 3/4 health you.
Well, it is whenever you need a siege a turret and you don't really want to go for kills. You just need to get the turret. And if you can shove somebody back by taking away 3/4 of their health, that's totally menacing because then you just get your team, like, what was that, 120 gold apiece, something around there?
Yeah. But that's why people started using the word decimate, because it means to decrease, to a tenth.
Oh. Darius is in the game. I don't want to confuse anybody.
That's true. Wait. Yeah, I guess that's true. I would never have really imagined having a skill named Decimate, because theoretically you want to hit 10 people with that, or do something with the number 10, but it actually has nothing to do with the number. It's just called Decimate. So I don't know about that. It's one of life's great mysteries. It's like, why was Lux's ultimate renamed to Final Spark from Finalis Fulchelm? Some people say it's because it's easier to say. Other people say it's because it's just less awesome and couldn't have it be the best skill in the game. I don't know. That's my conspiracy theory.
I'll go with the latter. Finalis Fulchelm, it's not too hard to say.
Well, eventually we'll have a Lux, and then I can wax eloquent about my favorite skill. What's your favorite skill in League of Legends, Fekez?
Oh golly, probably Crowstorm, because I'm a dick like that.
Well, I think we can all be a little bit more thankful that Fiddlesticks is not in the meta. I remember before Fear was nerfed, it's like 3 seconds, you walk around like an idiot. Yeah. Fiddlesticks support was like the most broken thing ever, and you just walk down to the bottom lane and die over. And oh man, Charm lands on a Team God. He's forced to ult out, and once again, the inability to buy pink wards mean that he will survive. Hoplite, of course, there for moral support once again as well. And Dragon, now live. We'll see which team is able to snag this one. The 3rd Dragon of the game overall is going to get it.
Yeah, it's pinked by Slow. some nice catch with this Dark Binding. If they can just keep poking and poking. The Dragon started, though, so they're going to be taking some of the damage from it, but it looks like they're actually kiting and actually put it back into the pit, so they're not going to start it. Just sort of a dance. We see this dance all too often. See who stumbles first, pretty much. Yellow car, he's already half health. He needs to be careful, because he's getting to the point where he can't really leap into the front lines, because he's getting poked too much. And that'll be pretty huge if your front line falls against this kind of team comp that Slow's coming out with.
Now this is where you can do a couple of things if you're in UC Berkeley's position. You can continue to put more and more pressure on the Baron and then back off and push mid lane. I think that's actually the best call, is to give up this Dragon and just go for a mid lane push. You could take at least like second tier turret there, but instead it's actually going to be Cal Poly who are making the moves, saying, hey, we're the ones that are going to give up the Dragon and put pressure on the bottom lane. So this is the big high pressure area. There's a big equalizer, catches on a 3. Nice true shot barrage right on top of everyone. Rumble explodes, but he's already done most of his damage. Cal Poly, they're disengaging. They've already lost 2. There's a 2-for-0 exchange right now, but can they turn this one around? Team God, no ultimate, and there's more poke coming out from Turkey Master. However, I think a safe disengage is in order here. Cal Poly biting off maybe a little bit more than they could chew.
Yeah, Martel has a very nice equalizer placed, and it's really good to have equalizers in the jungle because you have that narrow passage, but you see Berkeley, they have more to really benefit them in the narrow passages. The Order of Possession with Ahri, I mean, you have Braum there, who's probably has one of the best ultimates for in narrow passage as far as disengaging or engaging. Very well played by UC Berkeley. And Obispo tried jumping in the backlines, got exhausted immediately, and there was nothing to follow up on the damage from that because everyone else was zoned out. Mordenix being a huge wall. And that's another thing too. Whenever you have Darius in the jungle, you have to really know where to go from him, because that's the thing, is you can run from him, but he can just pull you back in or cripple your legs and catch back up to you. He's extremely intimidating in the jungle.
Keep trying to get out, but they keep pulling me back in. It's pretty much the same situation there, so... Man, a couple of things to think about there, though, for Berkeley, is that when you find yourself in this position, you're up in kills, you have these strengths that you want to push down, you have to keep in mind, you have to manage your waves. This is something they're not doing very well, but man, Heavy Bear wants to make up for that. He's going to look for the kill flash over the wall with Pismo. Too slow, and now more double flash for a double kill. Turkey Master finding his 4th kill of the game. Team God wants to try to take down this turret. He's going to get the turret, but can he actually get out of here alive, putting the damage down on him? Going to go ahead, throw down that ult. He's going aggressive. The heal's coming back in, flashing back in. Next, the auto attack. 1 away, the bleed. Whose bleed's better? It looks like Mordenix will not survive, just barely. Team God channeling a little bit of his Teemo and get the poison kill. Or in that case, I guess it's blood.
Yeah, that, you have to be wondering what it's like being in that low of health, having that ticking time bomb on your head. Like, I could die at any moment, and then he finally does. Meanwhile, UC Berkeley was able to get the inner mid lane turret, but that is now both both inner turrets down on the outer lanes in favor of Slow University. So, I mean, they're still leading this game. Second dragon goes over to UC Berkeley. It's not really a huge threat to have that second dragon. So, I mean, Slow, they're fine giving that up. They got a turret in the bot side. They got even Team God got a kill onto a Juggernaut. I'm surprised he was able to get the kill. There was a huge amount of damage.
Yeah,
but
TIL Juggernauts can die.
Yeah, TIL, they do. But I mean, dying to a Talon, but we haven't really talked about it. He's pretty built so far. He has the Ravenous Hydra and Yuma's Ghostblade already. So he was pretty stacked in items already at the 22-minute mark. So not surprised now that I see that he can actually take out Mordenix, who doesn't really have any completed items besides his boots, and those aren't helping him against him. Team God at all. Yeah,
when you're fighting somebody, you're just beating each other up, and you have boots, nobody really cares. It's like, hey, you have 325 gold that does nothing. That's why a lot of times you can actually win your way back in difficult matchups just by not buying boots. But here we go, another fight, Hop Light, locking down 2 there with the Soul Shackles. Nice Spirit Rush out. Unfortunately, oh my gosh, the snipe! Too much damage. Too much damage. The Turkey Master basting his way to another kill. 5-0-2.
Yeah, I guess it is.
Whoa, going for another one. Jeez. Arcane shifting forward. Takes a lot of guts. We'll see if they pay off. Martel, 1 hit away. Kevy, or Larbear rather, the other bear, going for the kill, gets it way back in the back. Team God goes in, and and ults out. And in the end, it's actually a 1-for-1 exchange. Actually pretty good. Super Mega Death Rocket not going to hit any targets on its way forward. Sort of a last-ditch effort there from Heaven's Riot, and really no advantage after the end of that.
Yeah, I wish Slow would stop trying to pick these fights out of nowhere and instead take advantage of the map control that they have, because they have the 2 outer lane inner turrets down. They should be warding up UC Berkeley's jungle and then choosing when they pick the fights rather than seeing somebody and then it just sort of happens. Because I think these would be favoring them a little bit more. They're going even right now, but they could be winning them. I think if they just take advantage and start placing wards around. They have plenty of wards around Baron, but I don't think Baron is going to be a huge... I don't think it's going to be contended for a few more minutes at least. I mean, there's not too many threats hovering around it right now as far as, like, you have Turkey Master. He's 503. He's actually quite fed. But, I mean, I don't think UC Berkeley, I think they know, especially with their outer lane turrets gone, I think they know all they need is ward control. They don't need to really start up Baron at the moment. They just need to try to clear all the wards that aren't there in their base, or in their jungle, because Slow, they're not really putting any wards down. They have like and look, like most of the wards just were wiped out from the Baron. They have a pink and 2 other wards down. That's all that's in the northern part of the jungle. That's not even in the jungle. It's in the river.
So, oh man, Team God, he finds his worst enemy. It's a pink ward, no! And it does nothing.
Yeah.
It's almost like it'd be more effective if they just dropped it on him when he ulted. I feel like that's never happened. We were talking about Akali and Champion Select, and just like, what's Akali's biggest weakness? Pink wards.
Yeah.
What does my team never know how to drop on a Shroud? Pink wards. And the same situation here for Talon, as he has not been punished at all for ulting into these fights in kind of crazy ways. He's also gone ahead and completed his... Tiamat into a Ravenous Hydra, which is kind of interesting. There were a couple of very famous Talon mains in North American Challenger solo queue who would always say, hey, you don't go for the completion, you just leave it where it is. Larbear getting locked up. Little bit of action. Oh man, Turkey Master. Summoner heal. He was very scared. What's that? An Ezreal who's scared? I feel like that's the permanent state of being that Ezreals live in. It's like, oh no, anything can kill me at any time, but I can be annoying as all get out if nothing tries to. So, using the Summoner heal, stays alive, and he's actually still in this fight.
He has a bounty on his head. He doesn't want to give that up. That's a lot of gold. That's like quite a bit of extra gold going over to his enemy, but here we go.
Oh man, more Danix, Team God, trying to put down the pain. Oh, the burn again! Time, it's not the... Actually, it was the burn from Ignite as well.
It was full. You shouldn't flash when that happens.
I'm glad that I'm casting with someone that understands that there's an L in the word both. I feel like people miss the subtle nuances of that, so...
You making fun of my English?
Making fun of your American. Let's put it that way.
Both? It sounds weird if you don't have the L in there. I don't care how it's spelled.
It's in there somewhere, I promise.
It's a very subtle. It's stealth. I don't have to know how it goes.
It's stealth. Well, better drop a pink ward and find it, man.
Right. So yeah, I mean, I think this would because there was a team fight that kind of it was like a skirmish rather that didn't really pan out too well. Hoplite used his flash over a wall and missed his dark binding immediately.
Unlucky targeting systems there.
That's not what that is. That is lack of vision. They had a ward. I don't think it was able to be. I don't think it gave vision of Larbear. It was up toward the entrance of the river, and Larbear was toward the right next to the blue buff bush, I should say. If they had vision, if they've been taking advantage of the map control that they have established, that they work hard to establish in the early game, probably could have landed that. So I'd like to see that more often. Still haven't seen too many wards being placed, although they have put a little bit more now. They're trying to get control of this dragon, which is up in 15 seconds.
Yes. How to Control Your Dragons, a sequel to an upcoming children's film, but also an important characteristic of League of Legends. So maybe you just want to focus this, so you just watch the movie, and then all of a sudden you're super good at playing League. Oh man, Martel, a couple of auto attacks away from having that. I didn't even see that. So for a quick instant replay, well, nothing. Oh man, it's heating up mid. We're about to see exactly how this goes down here in the bottom lane, where Danix is farming, and all of a sudden he's dead. And we're speeding back up to live. Here we go. So hopefully that didn't disorient anyone. Just wanted to catch the kill. That's our instant replay system hard at work.
Very good job. No, yeah, Team God. I don't know why Mordenex keeps trying to fight Team God. I don't even know if he is actually fighting Team God or what, but
Didn't look like much of a fight. That looked like kind of a massacre.
Oh.
So
Hoplite needs to get out of there, and nice true shot barrage just completely negated that Baron.
yeah, back in the day, back in season 4 primarily, a bunch of Chinese teams, specifically Invictus Gaming, would run this Ezreal. Oh man, I can't even talk about it. Team God getting pulled in, jumps back out. Very, very good use of that cutthroat. Now he's on the run. He does have mobility boots, so yeah, he's gonna kick those mobility boots in, boost his way out. But yeah, a lot of teams used to run Ezreal Lux so you could get those laser snipes. Doesn't even need it. He's picking up that with an auto attack flash out by Larbear, but a nice repel. Not gonna go over the wall at all, but Heaven's Riot's been kind of getting robbed all throughout these fights, not able to find a single kill with that super mega death rocket.
Give it time. Maybe he'll steal a Baron. Who knows? Seen it plenty of times. Although it's never too many times. You never see too many Super Mega Death Rocket steals of a Baron buff or a Dragon.
Well, we were just on Baron, now we're on Dragon.
I
don't think any team really wants to do either objective. It's been kind of hard for either one of them to find time to send everybody back to base to heal, so they can finally put up a big fight here. So, looks like finally Berkeley may possibly be in a good spot to contest this, but right as I say that, their jungler recalls, so giving up all pressure around that area. Looks like both teams just putting on their dancing shoes and walking around the pit.
You know something I didn't even point out? While Team God has been pushing, he actually pushed all the way into the bot lane inhibitor turret. He took down the inhibitor turret. So the bot lane inhibitor is exposed, and Slow has been doing periodically. They haven't done it since they took the bot lane inner turret, but they have the potential to fast push here if they want to try to swing around. Although now it's kind of getting to the point where they can get team fought about it. They can actually get repelled. No!
Oh my gosh, Kevin Bear steals it!
Alright.
The dragon over the wall. I was trying to change vision so you can see exactly what you can see, combined with that true shot barrage. The tag team on the dragon grabs that third dragon of the game and all that extra movement speed for UC Berkeley.
Yeah, and that will help keep up with, that's actually really good. That'll help keep up with any sort of migrations that Slow wants to try to pull if they decide to go to that bot lane inhibitor. Help UC Berkeley keep up with it, and it also gives them a global experience as well, trying to keep their levels up because they are sort of falling behind at this point in the game. Martel actually is not, but Morning X has essentially been solo laning this entire game before he dies.
Oh my gosh, Heaven's Riot almost dead. The Glacial Fissure not gonna land. So no True Shot Barrage to follow up on that. It's not even up again.
No.
I feel like instead of that, anime Sword Art Online, it's sort of behind here. The situation that Pismo and the rest of the Cal Poly Slollers are finding themselves in. Pushed back into their base. But ironically, they're actually not pushed back as far as UC Berkeley are, because Berkeley's already lost their first base turn of the game.
Yeah.
So they're actually...
You couldn't tell unless you actually looked at it, though.
Well, yes, usually that's the way
well,
that
I'm talking about... Yeah, I'm just talking about pressure on... Oh, come on.
Did you know things that happen are usually in the same category as things that happen? So the push up the mid lane, not successful there for UC Berkeley. It actually might have been a blessing in disguise. They had like 2 or 3 great flank wards placed behind them that would have been really devastating had they ever been flanked off a TP. But now back on Baron, that Rune Glaive, or not Rune Glaive, the Muramana completed, and here goes Team God, wants to jump in. The Baron goes over to Mordedix, and oh my gosh, a whole lot more gonna come his way as he dashes back in. Pismo wants to start this, he's spinning everywhere, trying to catch Kevy, does take him down. Mordedix very low, and he's gonna survive just long enough to pick up another kill, goes down to Hoplite, and Martel, a double kill for the support, and an ace for the Cal Poly Slollers.
So that was awesome for Slow. Now they're going to be able to get this mid lane in, inner turret, and still 15 seconds on the death timers for Lawbear. Well, actually 10 seconds now. With Jinx here, you're more likely going to be able to get both the inner mid lane turret and the mid lane inhibitor turret. So this is going to be pretty huge, and it may just rotate or migrate. I hate saying rotate. May just migrate to the bottom and get the bot lane inhibitor as well, or they just might just take up the mid lane one because it is more important anyways. So very nicely played, taking advantage of them getting UC Berkeley getting bashed on by the Baron, and Team God coming up huge in that too. Stealthing in. I thought he was going to be insta blown up, but he was able to take out 2 before he died. Very nicely played by him as well. And Martel, though, might be caught here.
Oh man, gotta keep an eye on him. So much damage from that Ezreal to spin to win. Turkey Master, you're actually able to cash in on that kill for his 8th kill of the game. Like I said earlier, basing his way to justice. Turkey! Afraid of too much heat in the oven, bleeding from a lot, but not dead.
So Mordenex has faced the mountain to give him a little bit of a speed boost, but it so far has not been enough. We have a team fight though. True
Shot Barrage hitting onto Hoplite. Glacial Prison, I don't know about that. That was Glacial Fissure, rather. No Sejuani in the game.
Not yet.
One day.
Or ever in this game, I guess. But so, the one thing I don't like, so Yellow Card, you're a very tanky Braum. You start with a Relic Shield. He has faced the mountain now. It wouldn't be a bad idea to go ahead and sell that for a Talisman Ascension to help Mordenex catch up with whoever he's chasing, because so far, I mean, especially with Hoplite having Talisman Ascension, once he pops that, it doesn't really matter if you have Dead Man's Plate. You're gonna get outran, and that's Darius' biggest weakness, is that he has no gap closer. He has a it's not really a gap. I mean, he has Apprehend, which can pull something towards you. I guess technically closing a gap or bringing them toward you. You know what I mean? Anyway. But he can't really catch up with anybody. He doesn't have a dash. He doesn't have anything of the sort. He has Crippling Strike, but you have to catch up to them to apply the slow. So something to help him speed up would be very helpful for him, because he's getting to that point where it doesn't matter if he's 2, 6, and 4. He's gonna hurt a lot.
Man, this is starting to get ridiculous with his push in here. So back and forth, Heavy Bear gets caught. Zhonya's Hourglass to block out most of that damage, but going in, Pismo spinning everywhere. We're about to see if Kevy and the rest of the team can get back in the fight. Team God gets blown up immediately through his ult. Yellow card, Heavy Bear very, very low. Pismo dead. Heaven's Riot very low as well. And Curry Bear gets the last second shield from that Locket of the Iron Solari to stay alive. Triple kill. MVP that fight, Turkey Master, just all over everywhere. If you've ever seen a turkey try to escape from being hunted, they do this like wacky zigzag pattern while they're running away. It looks the goofiest thing you've ever seen. But that's, yeah, they're trying to dodge, so they just like run back and forth in a zigzag pattern. It's the dumbest thing you'll ever see. But oddly effective, much like Turkey Master's kiting tactics in that last fight.
Yeah, I mean, you were talking about MVP, Turkey Master in that fight. He's been MVP this whole game for Berkeley. He is coming up huge, taking up kills whenever they, especially are the most meaningful, I should say. 11, 1, and 4 right now. He has over half the kills for his team, and he's not been feeding either. And that's probably the most important thing. Whenever you're down, worst thing is you can feeding. And with that being said, most of the deaths are from Mordenex. And it's almost, if the mid lane inhibitor weren't down, it almost wouldn't matter if he's died this many times, because there wouldn't be as much pressure on UC Berkeley. But with the mid lane inhibitor down, it does still go in the favor of slow. They are down 1k gold, but that mid lane is going to be pushing, and they have to, they're kind of a prisoner to that down inhibitor for the remainder of its downing. I don't know, what do you call that?
For the remainder of its being down?
What do inhibitors do?
They don't fall?
They fall. Okay, yeah. Well, yeah.
Until it gets back up again.
Yeah, exactly. So
until it dials that life alert and it's like, come on, pick me up. Fortunately, life alert takes about 6 minutes to respawn them. 5 minutes, so it's like...
yeah. So that's the main thing. That's where UC Berkeley's at. They're not able to push out right now because they have that threat of the mid lane inhibitor being down. They're trying to force something here, though, and I think they have the power to do so. Even with Mordenex at 7 deaths, I still think he can dish out a huge amount of damage before he dies.
Alright, well, I have to check out a couple of new additions to the table. Zeki's Harbinger.
Yeah.
Down there in the bottom lane, I completed their Hoplite has bound that to Heaven's Riot. Let's check out the stacks, 98, 99. Yeah. It's activated. We got the extra crit on Heaven's Riot. It's not going to last for long, and it's gone. But used on 3 auto attacks, so worth, maybe?
I mean, if he gets the, if he uses the rockets, yeah, totally worth it. It's an AoE crit. That's extremely powerful. It didn't really do too much in this little skirmish, though, and Hoplite almost gave his life for it. I think if Hoplite would have got picked, that would have been pretty huge. Hoplite's been a huge factor in all of these team fights. Able to black shield when it counts. keep whoever he can alive. He has a lot to Black Shield at this point in the game, though. Team fight's been pretty chaotic, and it's been so far. The late game has been going in favor of UC Berkeley. Like I said, I don't think Slow took advantage of their fast push early enough. They had that bot lane inhibitor exposed for a long time, and actually never got it. They actually got the mid lane inhibitor, and it's back up now. So this is UC Berkeley's game, I believe. I mean, if UC Berkeley ventures out to go get a Baron, yeah, Team God, somebody could backdoor an inhibitor, but that would still be a Baron down. Speaking of Team God.
Wow. Okay. Well, I need to take a quick instant replay to find what was going on there. We're about to see this again. The Team God, he's lying in wait. Who's he gonna find? And the answer is Yellow Car. Blows him up with a almost 1,000 damage crit, 918. And that's going to take that down. Of course, nothing else happening immediately after there, except for some Baron action, which is what we're seeing right now. Hoplite, very low, Black Shield on, and he's out of there.
Yeah, and it is Yellow Car down. Very big in these team fights for his Glacial Fissure. Martel, though, I don't think he's going to get away from this one.
Oh, man, Equalizer down. Martel trying to run away. Oh, the flash into it. Big dunk for another kill. 20 on the board for UC Berkeley.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. You can't send Martel. Hold on.
Oh my gosh. Team God going in. Kevy forcing Super Mega Death Rocket. It's coming in. We got one. We got two. The spin to wins down there for Denix. Trying to make this happen. Pismo will pop that one Guardian Angel. He's looking for more kills. Trying to kite out against Heaven's Right. There's a dunk down. Trying to heal off the auto attacks. Getting that life steal down, but the bleed is too much. The Black Shield can't sustain him enough. For Denix trying to run away. He's running. He's running. He's out of there. Double kill here for Team God. Still going in on a yellow card. Nice to see that Glacial Fissure come out, but melting the icebergs is Team God with a triple kill.
Oh, that's going to be 2 inhibitors down. Slow is going to just take control of this game now. They have the map pressure. They can go even pressure Baron now with 2 inhibitors down. They don't have the waves against them, so they can't take out a Nexus turret, but they have plenty of other advantages to be had right here. Mid lane inhibitor down, and yeah, this is going to allow them to take Baron pretty easily, pretty much uncontested, because there's going to be 2 waves of super minions in the base of UC Berkeley now, and they also have the gold lead now as well. So that one team fight just swung huge in the favor of Slow.
To be fair, it's been swinging back and forth, 21 to 21, and only about a 2,000 gold lead. 40 minutes. Oh, dodges the cocoon. Lara Bear's in a little bit of trouble. Nice repel though. Can he get close enough? Team God. Oh my gosh, the bleed, not enough.
Yeah,
Lara Bear.
Yeah, oh, hold on.
Oh, wait, we're not done yet. Team God, though. Yeah, he has no mana. He has no cooldown. He's trying to get some mana. He'll get the blue buff, but he'll give it right back away.
Yeah, I guess he got experience for the blue buff. He's a level 18, so that doesn't even matter. Oh, is this gonna be a Baron? This is a Baron attempt. No, it's not.
No, it's not.
Master, what are you doing? Yeah. Mordenix. He doesn't have his teleport either. Martel does.
Alright, he does have that Dead Man's Plate completed, though, so he's using that to try to get a little bit up close and personal. Yeah. But a nice flash away from Martel gets him out of there alive.
Yeah, and even if you use the Electric Harpoon on Mordenix, you have to the wind-up animation for that. You have to turn around and use that. That's what allows Mordenix enough time to get in range of his Apprehend, so it's a really sticky situation for Martel. He just has to book it out of there and hope for the best, and even burn his flash for it, which means it's down. It's gonna be won't be able to use that again. So if he meets Mordenix again in the bot lane, it's gonna be death for Martel.
All right, look at that! The stun immediately on Obispo. He's got that black shield, he's trying to spin around to get those knockups down. But will he be able to find anything else? Kiting backwards, really good here from Cal Poly or from Berkeley. Now Cal Poly in a little bit of trouble. Obispo's trying to kite backwards, gets the black shield. He's out of there. Martel very, very low. Gets a sharp shield and survives. Turkey Master still putting out the damage. Yellow card very low. Are we gonna see the Super Mega Death Rocket? It's up. It's available. Where is it going? He's not gonna go for it. Oh yeah, there we go. Super Mega Death Rocket finds one. Gets that kill on the Luchador Braum.
Yeah, that was an extremely sloppy team fight. And Kevy Bear did not pick up kill. Hold on.
Oh, he's not done yet. We got Team God goes in, but goes down. Unsuccessful. And as great as you might think his 1v5 potential is, unfortunately not quite that great. But he does open up some opportunities. The rest of Cal Poly slow. They're on this Baron, and even though their mid laner won't get it, looks like the rest of the team will.
Yeah, poor Team God. If anything, Team God did just distract him down there, but I think he could have stayed alive just fine and kept that Baron. He was trying to go for a nice quadra kill. It would have been great for his team, but yeah, even if you are a Talon who's, you know, was somewhat fed, he's 10-6-5, he's still pretty fed, but it's still hard to 1v4 this late in the game when everyone's starting to get their 5th item. Not really favoring out, or panning out to him, or for him, I should say. But Slow do get the Baron. Let's see what they can do with it. They have plenty to work with the 2 inhibitors down. All they have is that top lane inhibitor turret up, but I don't even think it's worth going for at this point. They may just want to try to pick another team fight, take advantage of their power spike from the Baron, and just try to win this out. Win this out on a team fight.
Man, you know what I just realized, Fekez? This is the first game of the season, and it's already crazy. We're 44 minutes in, and we've got almost a kill a minute, over a kill a minute. 45 kills in 44 minutes. This is absolutely ridiculous. The mastery there for Hoplite on his Morgana. Doing pretty well. Oh, over the wall, the arcane shifts. There's the Soul Rush, and oh man, Pismo, 3-man knockup. There's a big equalizer. This is actually super good at Kevy, though, with nice Zhonya's, keeping himself alive on top of that equalizer. Trying to kite backwards. Martel still put out a lot of damage. Yellow card, very low. Heaven's Bot gonna die there, cocooned up and taken down. Team God trying to go in, trying to even this up, but will it be enough? Team God will die from the bleed. A double kill for Darius. Mordenix cleans this fight up from the end. An ace there for UC Berkeley.
And suddenly it never mattered that Mordenix got his ass handed to him early on. Because
the turret, the base turret. One more auto attacker, a few more. They're going to lose a base turret for that, so a team fight win. But ultimately, it is a loss on their turrets.
And that's the advantage of having the 2 inhibitors down. Of course, that's the advantage. You have the super minions going into your base. It's risky to venture out that far without minding the waves. Keeping track of where it's at, shoving it, and trying to buy yourself some time. And that's what happens. You lose an inhibitor, not an inhibitor turret, you lose a Nexus turret for it. So, I mean, yeah, team fight lost, but kind of overall, they got what they wanted out of that. They got something. They got an objective, Slow did.
I'm kind of surprised to see no Sterax gauge on any of these players. You could fit it very easily onto, I guess you could put it on Team God, but usually you want to see it on something like Darius, Mordenix. I feel like it's the perfect item, but instead he goes for this Thornmail just now completed. He wants to be so tanky, and together with his triple armor itemization, is currently sitting at a grand total of 300.
Jeez.
And 19 armor. Plus, he's also huge from that Elixir of Iron.
Yeah, he doesn't really see Martel as a huge threat, as the only big magic damage champion he has to deal with. Martel's usually getting zoned out pretty well, not able to get too much in the front lines. The equalizer's been still been a big factor, but Mordenix, I don't think he cares because everyone he's been wanting is right in front of him. So if anybody tries to go away, he doesn't really need to chase anybody through the equalizer, which, you know, applies a slow. So he's been doing fine with that. He doesn't want to worry about trying to repel magic damage because the equalizer isn't doing too much to him at the moment. But he is a huge just brick wall in the face of Team God and Heaven's Riot.
Man, Martel currently the champion with the most deaths in the game, and I feel like that's kind of a struggle, but mostly it's actually probably a good thing because for Rumble, you can just put down all your damage and just be done with the fight. Now, he's missing a Rylai's Crystal Scepter. That's a little bit strange that he saves that for his 4th item. Usually you want to see that as like 1st or 2nd item, but still will be effective as soon as he gets that. He has been effective in these team fights, but nowhere near as much as guys like Pismo Slow starting these fights with big knockups. True Shot Barrage tries for the steal, but can't quite get it.
Yeah, and I'm also surprised that Martel got an Abyssal Scepter. He could have easily got the Rylai's Crystal Scepter. Sorry, my words lost for a second. Could have easily put the Rylai's Crystal Scepter in the place of the Abyssal Scepter. There's not an extraordinary amount of magic damage coming. Kevy Bear, he's doing pretty good. He has a lot of damage in his own right. But Larbear, building tank, you have the % health damage from Larbear's Elise, but I don't think it's a huge factor. I don't think it warrants an Abyssal Scepter so far, especially when you're the main AP damage on your team. We have
knock up their yellow card, forces a flash out, but look at Denix, he's going in, more Denix I guess, just going in the grab, Heaven's Right, gonna take a lot of damage here, but look at all that armor, Denix keeping alive, staying alive, but not for long, I guess yes for long, he's out of there, but look at Turkey Master, he has forced the flash back out of there, but no, Team God pops his Guardian Angel, Denix still just barely alive, he needs to make it back to base, and an immediate kill there from Team God, the rocket flying into nowhere, and this is going to be an incredibly well-played team fight. Last little auto attack there, Hoplite there to pick up the not quite ace. Kevy Bear makes it back to base alive.
Heaven's Right was so huge in that team fight. He got off 3 or 4 rockets in the back lines and was just decimating. 3 or 4 crit rockets in the back lines and decimated the entire front line of UC Berkeley. Very, very well played by the Heaven's Right. And Team God, he was barely touched in that team fight as well. In fact, he doesn't have it. He only has a Ravenous Hydra for lifesteal, and he's full health, and he hasn't attacked that many minions. So he was barely touched in that team fight.
Oh, Team God just blows Kevy up, and yeah, no one else alive. We got 15 seconds until the support's up, and with base turrets going down, the last remaining one falls with Jinx and the rest of the team on that Nexus. It's Cal Poly State, San Luis Obispo, who will take game number 1 over UC Berkeley.
And this is a best of 3, so UC Berkeley, they have an opportunity to come back, try to bring it to a game number 3, and because there weren't that many mistakes by either team. And I talked about Slow not really taking advantage of their fast push. They didn't get their team fight and toward the end of the game there. More than that, he just wasn't a big enough threat, and the kite wasn't enough either. They kept getting caught out, so we'll see how they come back and adapt to that one. But I'm going to throw it over to you for the advertisements.
Yeah, I definitely want to head off to a quick commercial break. But before we do want to give a quick shout out to our sponsors at Brain Gear. If you need some extra energy or just want to pump up your brain, Brain Gear is the way to do it. And of course, big thanks to Twitch for allowing us to broadcast on their platform and being incredibly supportive. And if you're looking to play some of the finest fantasy esports out there, head on over to Alpha Draft for all of your fantasy esports needs. And make sure to hit us up on cstarleague.com for more information. If you guys want to join the conversation, head on over to Twitter and Facebook. C-Star League on Twitter and /Collegiate Star League on Facebook. That's going to do it for us for a brief moment. We'll head off to a quick commercial break and come back with game number 2, UC Berkeley versus Cal Poly State San Luis Obispo.
walls of fire. I'm losing ground, and in the flashing, my world comes crashing down. I'm left in nowhere, no place to hide. Out in the open, like ashes in the sky. I quit the illusion. I'm moving on. I'm moving on. I let the flames light up the future, making empires of sound. And she when she's become the laughter. You burned the bridges to build the city. I let the flames light up the future, making empires of sound. And she when she's become the laughter. You burned the bridges to build the city. I'm left in nowhere, no place to hide. Out in the open, like ashes in the sky. I quit the illusion. I'm moving on. I let the flames light up the future, making empires of sound. And she when she's become the laughter. You burn the bridges to build the city. I let the flames light up the future, making empires of sound. And she when she's become the laughter. You burn the bridges to build the city. You burn the bridges to build the city. You burn the bridges.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to UC Berkeley versus Cal Poly State San Luis Obispo. My name is Reed Rapid Melton, and joining me is Joshua Fekez Quest. We are about to get into game number 2, champion picks and bans.
Yeah, and actually we are already into bands. The Lulu, Nidalee, and Fiora banned out by Slow, and Tom Kench, Talon, Gangplank banned out by UC Berkeley. So, little reactive bans here, especially with the Talon. Lulu, Nidalee, and Fiora were ones already banned before, but this leaves Mordekaiser up. This still leaves Darius up. But first pick, though, by Martel is the Rek'Sai. So we already see the jungle from Cal Poly State. Obispo they're not really showing too much. But with that being said, they kind of deny themselves a potential comp with the Juggernaut in it.
Yeah, so Juggernaut's very, very popular and certainly something to watch out for. I definitely think that, for at least my perspective, I have seen one too many Juggernauts in my games. Do finally throw up the overlay. And now we're into an interesting situation. Now, last game, Talon was actually a big pick. This time, it's banned, so we don't have to worry about that. But that means, what does Team God go for? What would you expect to see? I mean, if you play Talon, maybe you play Zed as well. And we've certainly seen more Zed play than we have Talon, but it's still a little bit up in the air whether or not those are still at the upper echelons of mid lane champion picks.
I mean, that would be purely on Team God's solo mechanics, but this being a team game, it really could be. He could be wanting to resort more to an AP carry rather than go and assassinate, split push. I'm going to 1v1 you kind of person. I'm interested to see what he plays too, because yeah, Zed's there, Yasuo's there. They kind of go with the same purpose, but I mean, when you pick a Talon, when you're that good at Talon, you have to wonder what's your fallback champion, because Talon's a unique pick anyways. And yeah, you could fall back onto another assassin, but that's just the exact same kind of play style that you would play before. And certainly Slow would be reading it, or not Slow. UC Berkeley may be reading that a little bit better this time around, but we do have a Morgana and a Tristana locked in for Slow this time around. And I'm a big fan of Morgana. I've actually personally been playing her a lot lately. Spell Shield is an incredible ability. Anything that denies CC, which is why they took out silences in the mid lane for so many champions. Of course, you still have them on Soraka, who's not really a mid lane champion, but you still have it also on Cho'Gath. The reason why is because it's so powerful. See, taking away abilities is an incredible feature of the game, and there's one way to do that, and it's with Morgana in a different way, with just through a shield. Really cool play. I like Morgana. She fits into almost any comp, and it's a really good pick by Slow because they're not really giving anything away here.
All right. Well, yeah, like you said, they're not going to give away too much unless they're trying to go for the jump rope rhyme comp, and then they're going for Morgana, Tristana. I don't know, Banana Fan.
I have no idea where you're going. I think I got
it rhymes, man. It's cool. You gotta get that synergy. Oh, they're obviously going towards that Teemo. That's the only direction it's gonna go.
Wow.
Hoplite's hovering it. In case you guys don't remember, back in the days of yore, Teemo used to terrorize the NACC, CSL, basically any collegiate competition. The top laner for Texas A&M used to run AP Teemo, and if you guys remember that, then you have horror stories to tell about that. This time around, probably a few less AP Teemos or Teemos of any variety in your games.
Yeah, I think he was the only one really known for doing that, but Extreme Terror, he was really good on Teemo. He kind of pulled out some moves I've never seen before, but that's because I don't see too many professional Teemo players. He let me do that. Brand being hovered over. Renekton, a great pick. I was waiting to see Renekton. And this is why I think Darius is going to become a little bit less relevant in the pick and ban phases for professional or even collegiate teams. Renekton is a great counter to Darius. Has a more sustain than him, has gap closures, has a stun as well as an ultimate. His Dominus that can deny your true damage ultimate and the Noxian Guillotine. Really good pick from Slow to pick the Renekton into the Darius. Been waiting to see that. I'm surprised I haven't seen it more, honestly.
Yeah, Renekton, kind of coming back, you can build really good itemization on him, whether it's, Brutalizer, you can go for Black Cleaver, Sterex Gauge, also super great, just a lot of really strong itemization. But definitely similar for Darius, they both want to build the same things, both want to be that big lane bully, but only one can survive, and we're about to find out who that will be once we finish swapping around our champions. Find out who's going to go in what place. The brand pick is actually pretty interesting because it's a big switch for Team God away from that talent.
Yeah, and that's what I was curious about. Is the talent is like you already played that kind of assassin. Yeah, the enemy team could easily predict that. They would know how to counter something like that. And he started becoming a little less relevant in the late game. While Brand, if you get him going, he does not fall off. That guy is incredibly powerful. Now he's going against Kevy Bear on Ahri. And Ahri, kind of a terror to a Brand. Brand being immobile, Ahri being a mobile AP assassin champion. Really hard to land Seer, hard to land those Pillar of Flames as well. The only thing he can really hit is Conflagration and the Pyroclasm because they're point and click type abilities. But Brand is extremely powerful and extremely bursty, just like Talon, and that might be what Team God likes, just those extremely bursty champions. And he also has a little bit of CC if he can get somebody with his Seer who's on fire. So we'll see how that turns out for him. I like the Brand pick, but it's going to be hard for him going against someone like Ahri.
Yeah, I feel like Brand would be very good at games like NBA Jam because then anyone, no matter where, could always just say,
fire.
He's on fire! Yeah. Really, really big fan of Brand, although I guess Brand not a big fan of fans because they kind of blow it out. So,
actually, hold on. If you get fan fire just the right way, you add enough oxygen to not to deteriorate its actual growth. It actually increases it.
What if you're in space and there is no oxygen?
We're on the Rift.
And you're saying that's not in space?
No.
None of these guys breathe air.
They're on a mountain. It's probably thin air, but it's there.
I guess it's true. Have you ever been on a mountain before, Fekez?
I grew up on a mountain.
Were you raised by wolves in a cave?
Some people would say that. But
Depends on who you ask. We'll learn more about our shoutcasting duo as we actually go ahead and get into this game. But before we do, we want to give a quick shout out to our sponsors at Brain Gear. If you're looking to boost up your brain or just want some extra energy, Brain Gear is definitely the place to go. Alpha Draft, if you guys are looking to play some fantasy esports, it's definitely the place to do it. Visit alphadraft.com. And of course, Twitch. Definitely want to thank them for their support of the Collegiate Star League. Without any of our sponsors, this would not be possible, but do want to give a big shout out to everyone watching. Thanks for sticking around and enjoying some Collegiate Star League action. And don't go anywhere, because when we come back, it'll be game number 2 in this best of 3 series between Cal Poly State, San Luis Obispo, and UC Berkeley.
Miles of fire, I'm losing ground, and in the flashing, my world comes crashing down. I'm left in nowhere, no place to hide, out in the open, like ashes in the sky. I quit the illusion. I'm moving on. I let the flames light up the future, making empires of sound. And she when she's become laughter, you burn the bridges to build the city. I let the flames light up the future, making empires of sound. And she when she's become laughter, you burn the bridges to build the city. Jump! I let the flames light up the future, making empires of sound. And she when she's become laughter.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the Collegiate Star League's first game of the season. Actually, first series of the season, second game. My name is Rapid. With me is Fekez, and of course, all of you beautiful people. So thanks for tuning in to game number 2, Cal Poly State, San Luis Obispo. We're playing off against team on the red side. That's UC Berkeley.
yeah, not going to see a massive rush coming out from UC Berkeley this time, but a Dark Binding gets thrown out, not going to hit anybody this time, so no flash being blown in the first 1 minute of the game. That's positive, but I actually really like Slow's comp this time around. Not just because I'm a huge Brand fan, but I like seeing Renekton, I like seeing the Rek'Sai as well. And Mordekaiser was left open, but they opted to keep with the kind of fast push sort of comp they have, but it's going to translate into more of the mid to late game with the Tristana, because it doesn't push as fast as a Jinx early on. Or maybe it does, honestly. I actually will have to see how they play it out there, because if they put Foreman on on a turret, and it doesn't matter. They're gonna push that turret very quickly no matter what.
Right. Early ward coverage, though, being placed down there by Cal Poly. They've gone ahead and warded up the entirety of that path. The Cal Poly went ahead and put into their jungle. Now both teams leaving each other's jungles, but not without placing down some of those early wards. So both teams will know that they were at one point in the other team's jungle, but will not be able to tell where anyone is right now. Everyone off the wards. 69 emblem coming up there as Pismo and Martel walk deep into the enemy jungle. Let's start things off with a red buff counter jungle.
Yeah, it looks like we're going to see kind of similar start from Slow. And actually, it looks like UC Berkeley are just going to go 2 men in the bot lane. Actually, a little bit different because now all 3 of them are jungling at this point.
Well, there's 4 in the jungle right now, but it's, so we've got a 4-man jungle start for UC Berkeley. They've gone ahead and had Turkey Master and Yellow Car, whose name is going to confuse me to no end. They started out in the jungle, and now they're going to get a 2v0 lane. And this is a sign of good 2v0s. Either you commit the 4 champions and go for the early turret kill, or you just sit the AD carry bottom by themselves. Get your usually you want to get your support level 2 so that they can roam with 2 spells, and then just roam around the map, although this does look like Mordanix is being called into the enemy jungle to go for some counter jungling.
Yeah, and I actually like the Jinx pickup on Turkey Master. I feel like he's a lot more effective. Jinx is a lot more effective than an Ezreal. Ezreal's great at kiting, doing what Ezreal does, jumping around. But if there's a fast push coming out from Slow this time around, Turkey Master can counter it with his own fast push if UC Berkeley wants to try to get in position for that one. And it looks like in the top lane, not really a fast push, but there's really no opposition to stop him. There's a fast push. Never mind. They're going to put 4 men up there. And now let's see what UC Berkeley does, because this is going to be shades of the last game if they don't go bot lane and try to counter this.
That's right. If you guys were not watching the first game in this best of 3 series, of which of course this is game number 2, one of the biggest changes that you can see is the difference in fast pushing. So Jinx pushes turrets very quickly anyway. There's a large wave here, so they don't necessarily need 4 champions to take this turret down. Even another wave coming in, so that's definitely good. All in onto Team God. Doesn't kill him. Kevy Bear, though, unfortunately out of mana, so has about enough for 1 more spell and probably won't be able to pick up a kill onto Team God. Did use the Ignite in that situation, too, but we do have to keep an eye on Martel. He's taking up turret shots, maybe a little bit too overzealously, and now probably will have to back off and go back to base.
Yeah, UC Berkeley, they are reacting a little bit faster this time around. They're not going to let their inner top lane turret get shoved down like last time. And now, Turkey Master's in the bot lane farming this entire time. He's going to outscale, outlevel Heaven's Riot a little bit faster if it keeps going this way. Because now there's actually a teleport from Martel going to the bot lane, so he's going to go down there and defend that one, keep it from falling. It looks like Turkey Master maybe making his way over, or up to the top, possibly? Yeah, he's going through the jungle. Going to be meeting Kevy Bear in the mid lane. Might be trying something cheeky onto Team God here. As maybe try to get a flash, because Team God on brand, no escape. We have a gank in the mid lane though.
Is that what that was?
Yeah,
I don't know. All right, well now is a little bit of a more of a gank heating up, played backwards. Pismo looking for the kill on Kevy Bear. You one more auto attack away, but first blood will go to Turkey Master. We all know what kind of basing and tasting he did in game 1 on that Ezreal. Now on Jinx, picking up the first kill of the game.
Yeah, we're going to see if it's going to be enough this time around, because he was pretty fed on Ezreal. It didn't translate into what he wanted, though. Although, I think, let's see here. Yeah, UC Berkeley, I mean, they did pick up the... I'm sorry. I kind of trailed off there. Did pick up a little bit of on the bot lane, but not that much. Oh, no, that was not UC Berkeley. That was Slow. My bad. Slow.
There we go.
Yeah, Slow, trying to get that bot lane turret. Only got about 1/3 of it down. So not too much there. But yeah, we're going to see what Turkey Master can do on this Jinx. I'm actually really happy to see him on Jinx rather than Ezreal this time around.
Brand still has not been back to base yet, so a little bit of a weak spot in the mid lane there for Cal Poly State. But if things keep up the way that they are, it's actually not looking too bad for them. They've got a mid laner who's survived and is now going triple Doran's rings. Okay, Turkey Master. There's the Dark Binding miss. They miscoordinated that terribly. A Lantern will get Turkey back out of there alive. Hoplite overextends. Maybe some turnaround death sentence lands onto the Black Shield at target. And what could have been a devastating gank, unfortunately, does not wind up being quite as successful as Cal Poly would have liked.
It's so sad seeing those very, very close Dark Bindings miss. I guess it's just easier timing them when you're further away.
You don't even have to. You don't have to miss any of those. You wait for the Renekton to stun. You don't even want to stack your CCs anyway. You hit the click stun, and then you hit the skill shot immediately afterwards. It just makes sense. Not enough to complete that there. Still curious about this triple Doran's brand build. Definitely a new one on me.
Yeah, he had enough gold to get a newly so large rod. I guess he just wants the extra health and mana, because he does get quite spammy, especially if you want to harass a bit, so maybe clearing the waves to get him a little bit more mana, a little bit faster. Maybe that's what he's going for. Not really. That's the only thing I can think of besides the extra tankiness that it does provide. But it is questionable. Be it as it may, he is going to be tankier, so maybe he will be able to withstand the burst from level 6 Kevy Bear, which he is level 6 now.
And Kevy sticking around the mid lane, level 6 like you said, so ult available. Same thing for Team God, but it's much more of a team ultimate when you talk about how you want to do that. And Kevy Bear definitely wanted those early boots of speed to be able to dodge a lot of Brand's skills, and has been able to do so remarkably successfully. I think the only other lane we haven't really highlighted is how Martel does in the 1v1 versus Mordenix. It's one of the only lanes that does not have ultimates. Of course, now Heaven's Riot back up to level 5, almost level 6. Turkey Master already level 6 after getting his first assist.
Gonna see something here. Larbear does make his way up top, but Martel's just gonna get out of there. Does he have apprehend up?
And he does, yeah. Unfortunately, though, Crippling Strike still gets that slow and immediate flash out of there. Martel did not want to stay there, but yeah, a little bit close on the flash.
Yeah, I guess a better safe than sorry in that case. Gonna try to rely on his slice and dice to get out next time. We didn't have any enemy minions to slice and dice too, but yeah, a little happy flash trigger finger there. Kind of blowing the flash prematurely, so that's gonna be a little detrimental here, but slow. Pismo slow, I should say. Let me get vision on that. On the where Larbear is at. Oops.
Not just slow, Pismo slow.
Pismo slow, that is for sure. Yeah, he hasn't really made too much of a presence in this game, but neither jungler really has. Larbear's been trying. It hasn't been too effective so far. The jungler's not really showing up yet. Though First Blood did go over to Pismo slow, so he's helping out somebody there. Or did come out from Pismo slow, I should say.
Okay, let's take a look at where we're at on the map, at least currently. It's been fairly uneventful, although Team God able to land a little bit of... oh my gosh, gets that slow through the minions. Hello, Nurse. How does that work? Oh my gosh, gets the double bounce. Is there enough damage, though? A couple more auto attacks ticking down Team God. There grabs the first kill of the game for Cal Poly State.
And he had just enough health to survive with, which is to give credit to those 3 Doran's rings. He knew what he was doing.
Perfect build. He needed exactly those 3 Doran's rings to win.
If it works, if the shoe fits, as they say, do it. He's going to pick up the Haunting Guys now, which Liandry's Torment, a great first item on Brand, because it adds on to his ticking burn. Does quite a bit of damage early on, so I do like it. And gives him a little bit of tankiness with the health. He's going to be helping him out. Martel getting pulled back in, though. Mordenix not going to be able to finish that one off. And yeah, the top lane's been kind of 2 of them hitting each other back and forth. Not really anything too exciting happening. Even with a gank in the top lane, only managed to get Martel's flash, which is halfway off cooldown so far. A little bit under halfway, actually. It looks like you see Berkeley maybe wanting to set up for a dragon here. Let's see what Pismo Slow can do. Nice! Heaven's Right, burster shot.
But even better, a Lantern to pull Turkey Master back out. Charm just barely misses, but Mordenix, he's going in. Gonna get immediately stunned out there. Flame Chopper slam, but force flash out from Team God. Mordenix very, very low. Taking down someone to heal keeps him alive. Hoplite looking for another Dark Binding, but he's very, very low on mana and won't be able to re-engage. And after everybody flashes and dashes, no one dies. That's those team fights I don't like. I want some death. We had 45 kills in 44 minutes last game. I have to pick up the pace here as we're already 11 minutes in with only 2.
Yeah, Dragon is going to be started now. Finally, this time by UC Berkeley. And it looks like they may get it, though. Pismo Slow is on the other side. Doesn't have flash, but can still tunnel in and snipe it away with his smite. Looks like he's going to try it.
And it's not going to be stolen. All right, somewhat anticlimactic and somewhat dead there.
Someone died. That's what you want.
I'll take it. Whatever it takes, man. Pismo, man, going for the big play. Doesn't make it, but hey, you can't fault him for trying. First dragon of the game will go over to Berkeley.
And you have to wonder how much dedication that really should have been warranted, given it's only the first dragon of the game. And that
Charm lands, Black Shield on Martel, gets pulled back in. He is out of here. Nice Brand ultimate, bouncing around behind. Trying to go back in. Larbear, Yellow Card, both very low. Binding lands there, and oh my gosh, look at all that damage. Heaven's Rise got to reset. Does he want to jump back in? He knows Heavy Bear's not a threat with 0 mana. And Yellow Car, Larbear, they are both going to be forced to go back to base, and that's probably going to mean that Cal Poly State are going to be able to pick up this first outer turret of the game in the mid lane.
Yeah, and that is going to help them close this gold gap. Oh, what? Heaven's right. Careful.
Okay. Yeah, let's not get too ahead of ourselves here.
Take a win and leave, bro. You don't need to hop in for something extra. I think he could have got pulled in and died if Mordenix would have thought he would do that. I don't think anybody thought he was going to be doing that. I don't think his team thought he was going to be doing that because nobody followed him up with that. Oh my gosh. So, but it doesn't matter. Mid lane turret is down. Now the gold is pretty much even.
I mean, you want to talk about a worrying trend for AD carries, Tristana jumping in that prematurely. I don't know. I have to keep an eye on you, Heaven's Riot. No more shenanigans like that. We are going to take a look at the rest of the shenanigans going on across the map, and that means, oh man, Martel finding Yellow Car, but nothing happening there. Heaven's Riot, in the meantime, just pushing away.
Yeah, this is going to be UC Berkeley. Or no, not UC Berkeley. Pismo. Cal Poly Pismo. We're going to get another turret out of this one. That was uncontested. This is just UC Berkeley not being in a position to really repel anything. They're kind of fumbling over their own feet here, it seems like.
Fumbling over your own feet. Something I do all the time. It's basically...
You're like 7 foot tall, though, aren't you?
There's a lot of feet to tumble over. Let's just put it that way. But you know what they say about guys with big feet, right?
That they're 7 foot tall and they tumble over their own feet.
Yeah, exactly. Not the biggest on the feet coordination. Let me just put it that way. It's not all it's cracked up to be. Everyone's like, oh, you must be so good at basketball. I was like, no, I fall over all the time. Somewhat unhelpful. Just saying.
Oh my gosh.
Someone out there knows that struggle, so I'm not alone. I promise. Unless I am, and then I'm just sad. But
so while we were talking about your height, you see Berkeley, they finally retaliated and actually caught Cal Poly off guard, took the mid lane tower. It's not an inner tower, but it is a good start. It's their second tower of the game. Of course, Cal Poly still leads 3 towers to 2. I'm still not seeing an extraordinary amount of wards being dropped by either team. I feel like there should be more, especially how many towers are down, but I said that last game. Let's see how that went.
Nice try on the cocoon there. You're just desperately wishing it actually did damage. Like, oh, sad day.
Yeah.
Oh, Heavy Bear, a little bit of trouble. Force the flash out. There's the Brando, follows him all the way. With that burn taken down, Team God kills off the Fox. And we'll be 2-0 coming into what could be a start on the Dragon. Fortunately, it's not up quite yet, so we'll see that a little bit later on.
Yeah, still a little bit of time for it to come up. It was just taken by UC Berkeley just a few moments ago, so a little bit. And now, Team God on this brand, really liking it so far. It's playing very well with the ignite and burn. Turret does go down in the bot lane in favor of Cal Poly, so they still have the objective game in their control as far as turrets are concerned. Obviously, they lost the dragon, which is going to be up in 2 minutes, and is it a farm alarm?
Pismo's getting up there one way or another.
Yeah.
Not going to stop that guy. Interestingly enough, you can actually stop Rek'Sai in his Void Rush if you kill him. It's not impervious to damage. Like, he doesn't become invulnerable when he does that. I remember a Your Heart Will Go On video of Rek'Sai trying to dive through the jungle and running right into a Veigar. What was it? Q. I can't remember what that's called. It's Astral something or other. Damn it, that one move you need to know the ability name of. And then dying, so... Didn't see that time. Maybe you'll see it a little bit later on. He just desperately wanted to get up there towards the top half of the map. And now he's back in base, so... No harm, no foul. Getting back there the hard way, I guess.
Baleful Strike, by the way.
Baleful Strike.
Yeah.
You know what baleful means?
Not the textbook dictionary, but I kind of gathered anytime.
Sad.
sad. Oh, he's a tiny little, like, Yordle master.
Well, you're not gonna call it sad strike. I guess it also means kind of menacing.
Yeah, it's menacing because I think
oh man, the insect on the Tristana gonna push Mordanix right into the brand damage. Heaven's Riot able to take that one out.
Why you flash? It's like, what? All right, I got it.
In double checking my sources there, sad the archaic alternate definition, definitely closer to the threatening or harmful.
Yeah.
So, in case there are any English majors out there, I hope I've redeemed myself maybe just a little bit with that minor correction. But speaking of redeeming themselves, after a very strong game 1 Cal Poly, falling a little bit down in the early game, now they're back up in the kill score, in the gold score, about 1,000 gold ahead, and more importantly, a turret score 4-2, just crushing through those. That's the power of Tristana.
Yeah, that's what we were talking about. It seems like Cal Poly, they like that sort of tower-taking ability with their ADC. They got Jinx last time, now they got Tristana. They like taking turrets, and they seem like to take them fast as well, as they had somewhat of a fast push. We have a catch here, though.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no way you're getting out of that one. That is one dead Morgana. Luckily, Obispo's got some tunnels. Cocoon lands. And he's got some Chilling Smite in there, flashing the Apprehend, though. But look at this damage. It's setting up for Team God. He's going to kill everybody. Look at that damage. But unfortunately, his ultimate not as effective as you would imagine. Obispo is terribly outnumbered. Heaven's Riot wants the damage. He's going to try to throw it backwards. Tanks up that Super Mega Death Rocket. Pismo just barely able to survive. Heaven's Riot gets the jump out, gets the reset, trying to run away. Summoner heal used just for the extra move speed, trying to run away, but Mordanix out of mana. So Heaven's Riot gets in, gets out with a kill.
Yeah, very, very nicely played by UC Berkeley. Team God, okay, so the thing about Pyroclasm, it does a lot of damage, only if there's like maybe 2 champions in the area, because overall, 1 bounce is only about 200 damage. When you have 5 champions that it can bounce to, its damage does kind of get kind of diminished. It diminishes a little bit, and that was a very close Dark Binding. But at that point, it's whenever the damage from Brand and big team fights like that isn't from Pyroclasm, it's actually from Pillar of Flame. Whenever they're on fire, it does 25% extra damage, and it's a huge amount of damage. So Team God trying to get in there, not doing what he thought Brand could do, but it's only because there were so many champions there. Very nicely played by UC Berkeley there. Able to take the dragon afterward, but it looks like Cal Poly want to answer back with a turret that they're going to get, because they have Tristana and no one there to stop them.
Yeah, it's like, what are you going to do? Like, the turret actually just has an explosive on it. You going to remove that, you get a QSS the turret. I didn't think so. So mid lane second tier turret going down. This 5th turret taken by Cal Poly slow. They will not be slow. They're going to be pretty fast in their rotation down towards the bottom half of the map. They're just taking 1 turret after another non-stop. Binding lands onto Kevy Bear, but he's going to be okay from that. I guess half HP, not necessarily okay, but still in there.
I really like that quivery note you just had. Kevy Bear. It's very pretty.
How else would anyone know that I've sacrificed my career as an opera singer to shoutcast for you? No, I'm just kidding. Nobody wants to ever...
I don't know anything about you. You may sing like an angelic angel.
As opposed to the angels that are non-angelic.
Well, there are fallen ones.
Well, yeah, I know. That's the only reason that I've spent so much time playing Diablo 3. I'm just,
yeah.
Without fallen angels, where would we be? With one less RPG. That rhymes, by the way.
I know, I thought about that.
And here we go, Baron baiting and the team waiting.
Oh my gosh, are they really? I don't know.
Seeing if their Devour enchants, they can be sating. Except they actually don't have any of those. The downfall of my rhymes, unlucky. But baiting in the Dragon Pit nonetheless. Baron Pit. Dragon Pit's on the other side.
Scrying Orb just went over them.
Yeah, and they're still staying up there. They're like, wait a second. No one will see us if we're very quiet. And here we go, starting it up, and like we said, finally, or probably going to be fairly obvious that Baron's being done, but nobody moving. There's a large number of champions standing perfectly still right here, and I really think they'd like to be on this Baron right now. Baron being done, getting down lower and lower. It's taken immediately by Lair Bear, and now with a tunnel backwards, Martel back in the back. He's trying to be as tanky as he can, but he's going to go down. Turkey Master exhausted, but he's still got a ton of damage. Flashing over that Baron wall. What is happening? Lair Bear dead. Super Mega Death Rocket crashes in for no kills. Rocket jump over the wall. Heaven's Riot.
Well, two people saw Baron.
Worth. And one of them is the AD carry, Turkey Master. Wow, binding landed on Kevy Bear, but will he be able to get out alive? Yep, Flash will secure that. Team God, though, needs to be careful. Takes half his HP. Turkey Master, low HP, but still doing his best.
So at this point in the game, whenever you're 6 turrets to 2, and you just now get Baron, that Baron is essentially a way of anti-sieging against these turrets, because you're going to be shoved back in your lane, especially if you just got decimated after doing a surprise Baron. You're going to be more than likely shoved a little bit more. So with these empowered minions, they're going to attempt to hold off the siege from Cal Poly State just a little bit more. These especially with Brand, who notorious for their wave clear with the conflagration, it's going to help him out quite a bit defending against something like that, who can fast push with just your abilities. And I don't think they're going to get too much offensive out of this Baron, because there's only 2 people with a Baron, but it only takes 1 to power up the minions. So when you're in this situation, it's more likely a defensive Baron. They did get the gold, though, so that's really good. They're actually ahead in gold right now, despite being 4 turrets down. So I mean, they have something to work with, but it's not much at the moment with just the Baron.
You say just the Baron, like
yeah,
it's
well,
like...
no, it is just the Baron because it's only on 2 people.
I mean, 2 people still enough to give those minions the Baron buff, and that's the really big deal, is that when you buff your minions, ability power skills just don't clear the minion wave. If that wasn't the case, we'd see Ziggs in every game. And in fact, if you remember, back in Season 4, Ziggs was played almost every game, or at least during different times in the meta, excuse me. So, thankfully, we don't see the Ziggs Xerath lanes all the time, but we do see, to segue a little bit, an item I was talking about earlier, and that's the Sterax Gauge.
Yeah.
Picked up there by Mordenix.
Yeah, you were talking about that last game. It's a new item along with the Dead Man's Plate, which we do see over on Pismo Slow. But yeah, Sterax Gauge, kind of like a tanky AD item, gives you a lot of health, 500 health actually to be exact, but also gives you some of that fury, which you start growing. You get a little bit bigger, a little bit stronger as well, and that's it's a pretty standard item. It's a pretty decent item. I wouldn't say standard, but it is a good item on Darius because it does help him get a little bit more damage. And if you already have 5 stacks of his passive, you already get more 40 attack damage as it is. So it's going to help him out just a little bit more if he gets taken down in health a little bit too far. I think it's what is it, like 950 health? Yeah.
Yeah, we can check that right there. Yep,
Yeah,
950, wow. It's like you know the exact number or something.
Yeah.
Well played, Fekez.
I've seen it a few times. I haven't seen it that often, but these new items were very interesting, and they came from that, I think they came from that, like Gangplank minigame thing that they had, right? Yeah?
Oh, it was a Blitzcrank minigame, actually.
Really? No, that's the minigame. No, the Summoner's Rift game that was themed around the pirates and things at the black market.
Oh yeah, Black Market Brawlers. That was that was pretty crazy. I don't know about that, but yeah, that's where Dead Man's Plate came from.
Yeah.
From when Gangplank died and was reborn. I don't know what was going on there. It's lore. Top lane, Rek'Sai on the split push. Pismo needs to get out of there. Same thing for Martel. Retreats. I guess really both teams retreating, but starting to look towards some big objectives. You got 6 outer turrets taken by Cal Poly. How does UC Berkeley get themselves back in here? Repel, very dangerous. Just take the lantern! Lair Bear doesn't care.
No, he doesn't. He can just get out, no problem. He's itsy bitsy spider. Do what he wants there. But yeah, so 6 turrets to 2. We've been talking about that. And so the thing is that UC Berkeley, they're pretty much in their base. It's the only turrets they have left are their inhibitors and nexus turrets. And it's the point where they can kind of make a stand against any sort of siege from Cal Poly. The Baron is off of UC Berkeley now, so if there were some sort of fast push coming out, it should be happening now, but it's getting harder and harder because once you're grouped up into the base, you can migrate, you can kind of like go around, you can actually rotate, you can actually use the mechanic of a rotate, leave one person in one place and then go to another place and even switch if you want to, which is what, rotation is. I don't know why people call it rotation in the first place, but I misuse the word rotate, but it's getting harder and harder to siege when you're in more of a bottleneck. We've all seen 300, or at least know the story of 300. your bottleneck starts becoming a little bit harder to siege, and that's exactly what's happening here.
Now, yeah, what's happening here is a very sneaky trip up to the top lane.
Happening, yeah.
Yeah, 4 champions up here for UC Berkeley. They've got a very strong push going on, and it's going to be a little bit slow here to respond by Cal Poly State. They've got a nice minion wave. Jinx, like Tristana, does kill turrets ridiculously quickly. But have they overstayed their welcome? In need of repositioning here. UC Berkeley might be in a little bit of trouble. Keep in mind, mid lane, Kevy Bear, the other half of the Care Bear squad, is pushing up the mid lane. So, I think I said mid lane twice. Redundant, yes, but also, again, redundant.
Facts are facts, and they need to be repeated.
Twice.
Alright, so, yeah, we might be seeing a team fight out here. And
I don't know what to say. Yeah, nice ancient coin usage there by FNC Yellow Car. Push up the mid lane now, just Jinx auto attacks and turret down, not fast enough on the rotation. Cal Poly slow. Too slow, and they give up their second tier mid lane turret.
Yeah, they're giving these up for free. They don't need to be doing this. They have the advantage. They have the map pressure. They're not using it. They're disorganized. They're not communicating. They're farming in often side lanes when they shouldn't be. And it's not even the right lane because UC Berkeley took out the top turret. Took out the top turret first. While yeah, Cal Poly were more focused on the mid and the bot side. I don't know what they're doing. Now they're grouped in mid lane. So, I mean, quite a bit of gold just went in the pockets of UC Berkeley, so they may be able to actually match them in strength now. Especially if they can get a catch. If they can get a cocoon or a charm, it's going to be very, very tough for Cal Poly to start sieging.
Throwing down, planting some rotatos towards the bottom half of the map. The rest of UC Berkeley pushing in with a decent minion wave. Now all outer turrets down for them, so they really only have left to push into the base, but their side wave management isn't necessarily the greatest. Mid lane's going to get cleared uncontested, and top lane, yes, is pushing towards the Cal Poly base, but oh man, Kevy Bear going in, gets caught by a dark biting. Rudanix up in the front, gets a 2-man grab on, and there's the Brandol bouncing around everywhere. Everyone's slowed there from the Rylai's, but Heaven's Right just dishing out so much Tristana damage from the back. Rudanix trying to go in there, gets the pull, gets the spin to win. Is he going to? Yes, it's actually Turkey Master on a rampage. Forces the flash out, flashes back in, getting those crits down. Where's the Super Mega Death Rocket? Already used, and gets the big 405 damage crit. Turkey Master, double kill.
So that's what happens whenever you allow your opponent to start taking turrets freely, and also allow them to farm. All the time that Cal Poly was farming, UC Berkeley was farming too, and they were able to get themselves back into this game. And now there's actually a banner of command on Lair Bear, which is going to let them push a little bit harder, even with Turkey. In addition to Turkey Master on Jinx, and this might actually. I'm surprised they're not going for Baron a little bit faster here. It's up now. It looks like the farm alarm. That's not really a farm alarm. You don't really meant to go farm this time around, so we'll call it what it is. Void Rush. Void Rush is going to go check out the Baron. But yeah, it's a very nicely played by UC Berkeley, but I don't know, the Cal Poly, I think they had this game and they lost it.
They let it slip. We'll see if they can, keep it going. Now, why you would both use your banner of command on a cannon minion and stay in the lane, I don't know.
Yeah, that one I don't know about.
Yeah, just let that lane push and walk towards the other half of the map. You can see Kevy Bear, blue buff, almost in hand, but Baron is starting to heat up. Just some ward clear for now, but it may change at any moment.
And that's what I'm talking about. Okay, Kevy Bear, he has the Morellonomicon. He needs the cooldowns, yes, but all this time, Baron pressure is not there. But now it doesn't matter because Cal Poly did not pull the trigger on it, so not going to engage the 4v5. Now that I talk about it, Martel's even out of place too, but trying to push in that banner command minion. Now we have a Baron dance. So this is gonna I think this is gonna favor UC Berkeley because they have still the strong power spike. They got a ton of gold off that last team fight. And like I said, I'm surprised they didn't go for Baron earlier. Let's see what happens here. Oh, that's going to be hard.
Trying to go back in, but there's Turkey Master dominating, and now it looks like Lair Bear might be the next to find a kill. Nope, double kill. He's taking them all. Turkey Master coming back in with more kills that he knows what to do with 8, 1, and 6. I think there's a little bit of a trend going here, Feck, as Turkey Master on Thanksgiving Day showing what a master can be. Oh man, binding Kevy underneath the turret. Going back in, Martel wants more, but he can't get in range. Charm up, there's that Stair Axe, giving him a little bit of a shield. Doesn't actually have any armor items built. There's the Cocoon into a crit. Turkey Master going legendary at 31 minutes into the game.
Yeah, and that's the mid lane inhibitor down. So yeah, Jinx, Turkey Master more like it. Turkey Master has been pretty incredible on both ADCs he's played in both games. Taking advantage of that, and even though you lost the first game, doing a lot more work on the Jinx this time around, considering you can push turrets a lot faster as a Jinx over in Ezreal. But Evan's right. He's
Mordenix. Look at those heals. Look at the dunks. Mordenix. What was that? He's picking up his 4th kill of the game. I think the next item to grab would be probably Dead Man's Plate if that's what he's looking for. And yeah, it does seem fairly likely. But
yeah,
man, I don't know what to say. Cal Poly.
Oh, teleport.
Backs up against the wall, and it's gonna be a difficult Baron for them to defend. Or it would be if there were any enemy champions near there. Unfortunately, such is not the case. Rek'Sai is the only one near, but won't be there in time. And now here comes the coin usage, but no one caught from that. And there's another super caster minion. This is like, I don't know, wizard level 3 or something.
I don't know where you're going with this.
I don't know, Merlin the Magician. No.
Okay. Well, the dragon, 4th dragon of the game, going over to UC Berkeley. So they're on their way to having, they have the Baron, they're on their way to having a 5th dragon. They've denied every dragon from Cal Poly, because Cal Poly has just been out of position pretty much every time something big like this has happened. So very interesting to see them play. In the first game, it looked like they had a little bit of decision-making trouble when they were ahead. And now that they're not ahead in this game, I don't know, it seems to be kind of affecting them even more. They don't really know what to do. They, like I said, they've been out of position. They've been trying to split push, or at least shove the wave back in separate lanes, and then just getting taken advantage of for it. And yeah, UC Berkeley doing a great job capitalizing on the mistakes of Cal Poly. And they have Baron now. They have Baron and Banner Command, by the way. Just better be using that. They're going to the top lane. Looks like the only. Oh no, bottom inner turret.
Did you say they had Banner and Baron of Command?
No, I said Banner and Banner of Command.
Okay, alright. I thought I definitely heard that backwards. But yeah, here we go. We're thinking about, wow, the longest hook there on Hoplite. 1,000 damage crits on minions from Turkey Master. This is going to hurt.
Yeah. I'm glad to see them at least using the Baron, because last time they weren't really in a position to use Baron to its fullest. They still had 2 champions with Baron. It was Kevin Bear and Turkey Master. We have a catch on Martel.
Oh man, Martel slices, dices, and peels his way out of that fight. Binding lands on a Lair Bear, but won't be able to find much because of that. This brand pick just needs the enemy team to group up if they haven't done it adequately enough. 34 minutes into the game, that'll be the second actually inhibitor taken down by Berkeley.
Now, Berkeley, they're shoving their advantage, and I like seeing that because it's something that I feel both teams lacked last game. And it just kind of sort of came down to a team fight. This time around, Berkeley, they've slowly crept their way into the lead and are keeping it. Trying to create vision control, but I say that with their pink being taken out. But they're taking advantage of the Baron. I like that. Definitely going to... Might want to have to swing down to bot lane. It's the only turret left in lane is in the bot lane. And it looks like Mordenix and Lair Bear, as some people have been calling him. Some people might be meaning Rapid here.
No, it's actually Lair Bear.
It is Lair Bear. His name's Larry, isn't it?
It is.
It is Larry. Okay, yeah. I thought I saw that in chat. So yeah, Lair Bear making his way down there with Mordenix. Going to try to shove into this bot lane turret, and looks like the rest of UC Berkeley going to be joining, and that's exactly what they need to be doing. Is just taking out the turrets, because there's really nothing left for them to gain with kills besides taking advantage of the lack of presence from Cal Poly. But objectives a little bit more important right now. Of course, kills would be very important if they're guarding the objective they're trying to take. So trying to take advantage of whatever they can. Baron is off right now, so it's just going to be up to Yellow Card to try to get a pick here. I don't think they're going to dive the turret. I don't think they feel like they're in the position to do that. And it looks like we have a flank possibly. Or, no, he's going to back off. Never mind.
Are they? Is he?
Yeah, well, yeah. Oh,
Oh, look at this Brando getting some nice bounces. All 5 of those, and Lair Bear specifically, down to about a third HP. So, nice Brando, but you really want to combo that ability to light everybody up with some more damage.
Boy.
Oh, no. Team God flashes. House actually survives. Martel very low, but he's out of there too. Heaven's Ride, the rocket crits, but it's not going to kill him down. The red buff ticking down. It's not going to find that kill. Super Mega Death Rocket. No kill there. But somehow, Fnatic Yellow Car is able to pick up another one. Rockets to the dome, and that's Turkey Master grabbing a legendary kill. Man, after the first game, I thought Cal Poly was going all the way, but it looks like UC Berkeley have managed to fire back and win this team fight and win themselves game number 2 over Slow.
Yeah, they were just waiting for Yellow Card to get that Hook of Destiny out, and he finally got it onto Team God, who didn't die initially, but there were a lot of I guess about Black Shield specifically used on him, along with any sort of disengage, trying to get out, trying to protect Team God. But by that time, everything was already blown, and yeah, UC Berkeley easily could have just went in and destroyed underneath the turret. Didn't even have to worry about it until the very end. And yeah, very good game. We're gonna go on to a game number 3.
That's true. That's true. And so we are going to be like glass. Unlike cooldowns, when we're blown, we just look better. So we're gonna go ahead and move into game number 3. You said the cooldowns were blown. I was like, well, you know, glass is kind of the opposite, because when you use cooldowns, that's bad because you don't have them anymore. But glass just looks better. So
I'll take your word for it, bro.
It's better. Trust me. Just go with me on this one.
Gotcha.
We're moving on to Game 3. We'll have that and a whole lot more coming your way as the Collegiate Star League's League of Legends season continues right after the short commercial break between UC Berkeley, Cal Poly, Slow. In the meantime, do you want to give us a quick shout out to our sponsors at Brain Gear, Twitch, and of course Alpha Draft. You'll hear us talk about those during the course of the broadcast. And if you want more information on the Collegiate Star League, it's cstarleague.com, and of course join the conversation. It's C Star League on Twitter and Collegiate Star League on Facebook. Thanks for watching. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
just waiting to come alive, turning our hearts cold. My blood is black, it seems through the cracks. If I could take it back, if I could.
If UC Berkeley could take that back that first game, they'd be 2-0. But here coming into game number 3, we're about to get things cracking with Cal Poly State dropping game 2, taking us back here to what is actually a pretty tied game. And by pretty tied, I mean actually tied. Here we go, game number 3, coming back your way, champion picks and bans. There you go.
Yeah, very similar bands already. I mean, actually, the exact same bands as last game. Tahm Kench, Talon, and Lulu. Talon taken away from Team God after his performance in the first game. So we'll see what else is banned out. Nidalee, again, targeted banned. And Gangplank, yeah, same bands as last time. Ari this time, the different band. Gonna be... Actually, Ari's made her appearance in 2 of the games so far, the other 2 games. So this time, gonna be different mid laners coming out. Let's see if... I don't know. Team God did really well early game on his brand, but he wasn't able to really dish out enough damage or get catches. And I feel like if Cal Poly would have maybe obviously I've been harping on words. If they would have worded a little bit and caught a few more out in the early game, early to mid game, I think they would have been able to launch themselves into the late game a little bit better, and also keep the map control to their own and on their side, but started slowly letting go of the lead that they had from the map control that they established, because they got turrets very early. They weren't able to do anything with it. Let's see if they can turn it around and do something this time. Zach being hovered over? I don't know. I haven't seen Zach in a long time.
Yeah, Zach does a couple of things. Synergizes very well with Cinder Hulk, so you can get a bunch of HP, and that definitely helps him out there. I feel like you really wish you had Tahm Kench in that place, but once again, banned out, unfortunately. Mordekaiser, though, not banned out. So if you don't see a Mord here, somebody's not reading their meta, because that is definitely one of the strongest champions out there, but unfortunately not locked in.
He wasn't banned last game either, and they did not go with him. And in fact, they're sticking with the exact same ADCs, Tristana and the Jinx. They really want these fast turret pushing ADCs, and so far it's been working out. And the early game has been very focused around the turrets from both teams, mostly Cal Poly, but man, they really want these fast pushing ADCs, because Mord was open. Not going to pick this time around. Mordenex, if this is locked in, this will be a 3rd game in a row for Mordenex on Darius, and I don't know. I don't think he's been an extreme threat so far, especially last game. It didn't seem like he was able to get too far off the ground, even though his team won. I don't feel like it was a huge factor as far as Darius is concerned.
No, definitely not. While we've seen Darius do very well, definitely does have his weaknesses. Braum is a big one of them. Haven't necessarily seen that here. But another big counter to Darius is things like Kale, things like the Soraka. Ways of just saying, hey, you want to execute this guy? Nope, just kidding. He's got a bunch more HP. So I like the Soraka pick here. Soraka, devastatingly difficult to deal with if you've never done it before. But the bigger power pick is going to, of course, be Pismo Slow's Wukong in the jungle. Just incredible with that. You got the synergy once again with Martel's Rumble, and this is kind of deja vu from game number 1.
Yeah, this is. I was about to say that there was very similar comp coming out from Cal Poly with Wukong and the Rumble. Heaven's right. He was on Jinx the first game, but gonna go to the Tristana this time around. Hoplite, more than likely gonna lock in Teemo. I don't even know why we talk about it after that. But on the other side, we are going to be seeing Kevy Bear on LeBlanc. So going for, I would say arguably a little bit more utility. Well, I wouldn't say utility, but more kind of like getting the backlines very quickly, jump in and just burst somebody down. I want to say more mobile, but it's hard to say an AP champion is more mobile than Ahri. But LeBlanc can do it a lot faster and also burst down a lot faster. Going to be going against a Zed, who Team God played Talon in the first game, and we were talking about maybe he'll pick Zed in the second game because he's a AD assassin. Didn't pick Brand this time. Going to go back onto his comfort pick, just like Pismo Slow, just like it looks like Martel as well. Going to go with Zed as the AD assassin in the mid lane.
Yeah, Zed this time. We've seen Team God play Talon. Now we get a chance to see Zed. So it's sort of his brother as far as mid lane assassins go. A little bit of a different style, but interesting to see how he fits into this team composition. Usually you'd want something to set up for this big wombo combo, maybe like a Syndra with a long range stun, or Orianna with a shockwave, but no, going for the 1v1 potential, and especially versus a LeBlanc, there is some crazy play potential there in the mid lane.
Yeah, and that's what I'm really looking forward to, because two assassins against each other, this is going to be really entertaining, and I don't think it's going to be as upfront burst. Of course, it's not going to be an upfront burst as Team God had in the first game with Talon, where he could, kind of sneak out of a bush and just absolutely decimate somebody. Zed, you kind of have to wait for that death mark to pop. We'll see what kind of damage can be dished out to him before that happens, but I'm interested to see how he's going to play. I feel like he's going to play him like Talon, where he just split pushes most of the time, because that's what he did for the first 25 minutes to 30 minutes on Talon, was just split push in that bot lane. You can do that with Zed as well once you get the Ghost Blade, get that little bit extra speed boost, because he is a very slippery champion with his Living Shadow. Really anxious to see Team God on the Zed, and that is the biggest difference so far. It was that is the mid lane. Everything else pretty status quo. We have a Soraka, and that's going to help deny, like you said, deny the assassin or the dunk from Darius, but also brings in that silence, which could be really deadly whenever a LeBlanc jumps in. Throw her, oh man, I forget what it's called. It's the silence pool. She can't, all of a sudden she can't teleport back to her where she was. It's very detrimental whenever you're an assassin like LeBlanc.
All right, well, that's going to do it for our analysis of the picks and bans for our final game of the night. So don't go anywhere. We'll be right back after a short commercial break, but not before giving a quick shout out to our sponsors. Of course, you can see them right there on your screen: Brain Gear, Twitch, and Alpha Draft. So if you want to pump up your brain and give yourself that extra energy, Brain Gear is a great way to do it. Totally scientific. You can check out all the information. Just go ahead and search up Brain Gear. Find it all there. And of course, Twitch, where you're watching this, big supporters of the CSL, and got to give a big shout out to them for helping us out so much. And of course, Alpha Draft, if you're looking to play fantasy esports, definitely the place to go do. So big shout out to Alpha Draft and thank them for supporting us. And of course, make sure to go support them as well. And stick around. We'll be right back for game number 3 between UC Berkeley and Cal Poly San Luis Obispo. welcome back to game number 3 of the Collegiate Star League's League of Legends season. My name is Rapid, and with me is Fekez, and of course all of you beautiful people, so thanks for tuning in to game number 3. UC Berkeley bringing it back in game 2, looking to take things home off of a comeback here in game 3 versus Cal Poly State, San Luis Obispo.
Yeah, UC Berkeley, they're grouping up, going to try to catch somebody out, and they have Lair Bear on the Elise for the 3rd time. They're not going to catch anybody out this time around. Yeah, no. Just going to go back and farm out their own jungle. Yeah, so far we've seen invades coming out. I don't think it's going to happen this time around. And actually, Cal Poly, they're doing a great job with the wards this time around, scouting out where the enemy is, where UC Berkeley is at, and they're also creating their own line of scrimmage. So I think we're actually going to might actually have the junglers in their own jungle this time around. And, well, my God, maybe even 2v2 bot lanes, because Yellow Car is going bot lane right now.
All right, heading down towards that bottom lane. We haven't necessarily seen the biggest effectiveness out of lane swaps. A whole lot of just playing double jungle for the most part.
Yeah.
So not a whole lot of laning. I like the early lane phase. I think it's super exciting to find that out. But, oh man, Heaven's Riot. He's on a ward. I mean, it's his ward, but there's the Dark Binding. Just barely misses. Great reaction time.
Yeah, so that's gonna be pretty much it. UC Berkeley, they're just gonna get back now, or well, Yellow Car is gonna kind of play around, but yeah, I mean the biggest thing we've seen from the lane swap so far is just these fast pushes where you get 4 men in one lane and 4 champions in one lane, and just destroy a tower as fast as possible. We've seen it in both games so far. I don't think we're going to see it this time. I actually think we are going to see standard lanes along with a double jungle, of course, but as far as the bot lane goes, I think it's actually going to be standard lanes. Because both ADCs on both sides of funnel support going to the bot lane. This will be the first time we've seen this in the series, so this will be a really good show of who's better than who as far as their lane mechanics. I'm really excited to see this because Turkey Master, he's been out of control in these games. Even in the first game where they lost, where UC lost, Turkey Master was pretty freaking awesome on the Ezreal. It's just, you can only do so much with an Ezreal whenever the enemy team can kind of run over you. But he did a great job. Yeah, great job kiting. Anxious to see what he's like in this game.
In general, getting run over, not something I'd recommend for anything. Right. Trying to think of something that's better when it's run over.
Pancakes.
What?
I mean, literally not run over, but you know, you can run it over with
Cups of Blessing, you know, when they runneth over.
Yeah,
there you go.
Oh, well, there you go with that kind of run over. Very good. Very good.
Heavy Bear continuing to play this mid lane aggressively, but it's not really having all that much effect. And, of course, mana versus no mana, there's going to be a sustained difference there. Does have the wave clear, so pushes that in. That's a little bit of an advantage. And, of course, in the jungle, Pismo actually smiting red buff, so he gets no advantage from a buff, but will heal himself back up. Now looking towards the top lane. Already a pink ward placed up there, but of course not in the right brush. He will, however, find Lair Bear, runs right into him, but immediately goes ahead and stealths his way back out.
Oh, missed the cocoon. Pismo slow. He's gonna get out of there, no problem.
Oh, Electro Harpoon landed on the Lair Bear, but could have been closer. Not actually going to commit.
Yeah, just gonna go back to his own jungle. It's actually not too much to farm. He's actually going to go and get the Rift Scuttler, which I'm a big fan of. I haven't seen too many of these yet so far. Junglers should really prioritize the Rift Scuttler. It gives vision, it gives it a decent amount of gold as well. Very handy to get an early Rift Scuttler. So, we actually have Pismo slow hanging out in the top lane. And I don't think they can really do... Wow, nice apprehend. Getting both of them into the turret range. And Pismo, he's getting minion blocked. Almost actually giving his life over there. Very interesting play coming out from Cal Poly in the top lane.
Oh man, Heaven's Riot, watch right into the sun, immediate ignite, there's the Flame Choppers, locks him down after the jump backwards. Where's the flash in? No, the Soraka actually very good at keeping AD carries alive, even if they walk right into a Dark Binding.
Yeah, and I like those. Heard your opera rapid coming out there, very nice. So, Martel's actually punishing up this Darius, but he's about to get ganked. He sees it. See if he can get away.
I'm watching Yellow Car just land every binding in the world. Flash forward. There's the Cocoon Lair Bear there to lock him down. A lot of damage coming back. The Repel just to survive for a few seconds longer, but he's going to be bleeding down. First blood, I guess burning down. Team God. igniting him down.
Yeah, he's not playing Talon this time around. He's actually going to have to kill them either with Ignite or just outright destroy them. Not gonna let him walk away with just a bleed.
Hey, I've lost to Leandri's Torment Zeds before, so
what?
bleed possible. I guess that's more of a burn there too. Yeah,
is magic damage, isn't it? Well, that's disappointing.
Heaven's Riot's walking forward right into another Dark Binding. That's because he knows the Pismo's coming in. There's the slow, the dash in, no level 6, but still the damage. Flashes and heals burn. Good gank there by Pismo.
Yeah, very nice gank. Get the summoner spells out. And that's a missed binding this time around from Yellow Card, unless he meant to hit that minion, which he's been so good, I wouldn't doubt it. But yeah, very nice pressure coming out on the bot side from Pismo Slow, helping his teammates get the advantage in that lane. And that is one of the advantages of having a Soraka, is that whenever you know your jungler is there, you can dive in and more than likely survive any sort of onslaught that...
Here comes Lair Bear into the mid lane looking for the cocoon, and he hits it. Wow, that actually landed.
Yeah.
I'll never believe it. Level 6 hit, and so is Team God going down to Kevy Bear.
That hitbox must have just been right on the edge, because it looked like the whole animation is, but nevertheless, it actually hit Team God. Going down. That is a very good kill. Very good start by Kevy Bear. You want to get rolling with that LeBlanc. Start assassinating, deleting people off the map. But Team God's going to be coming back with a Hex Drinker. It's going to be a little bit hard. Hex Drinker is a very good pickup here. Three champions on the side of UC Berkeley dish out magic damage, and that's all it takes is to get that little bit of shield. Try to defend against any of the magic damage that's on there. So very good pickup by him. Heaven's Riot needs to be careful with the missed binding. Doesn't really have anything to worry about there. Ooh, maybe a game following.
Maybe. I don't know if there's really any setup for anything. Lair Bear is waiting, but he's on a ward, so...
Yeah.
Worst secret agent ever. It's like Secret Agent 000. You actually just have nothing. No confirmed kills, no anything. To be fair, though, he does have an assist, although he does have a death as well, so not sure if that negates itself or what's going down there.
So the thing about this bot lane right now, Soraka is able to keep you in the lane for almost as long as you want. As long as you don't have some sort of burst going down in the bot lane that'll completely, catch you off guard and almost render the Astral Blessing null. He's able to stay in that lane as long as he wants. He's actually going to come back with a BF sword, but so is Turkey Master. So both powers are still sort of there, but Heaven's Riot coming back with a pink ward, trying to get vision control in that bot lane. A lot of damage going to the mid lane, though. Goodness.
Yeah, Team God definitely utilizing his ability to buy health potions. Came back to lane with 5 of them, and now he's just chugging them through. Wants that sustained advantage versus a LeBlanc, who's got a little bit of her own. Going for that Morellonomicon build first, but wants to rotate down and support Lair Bear as he might look for a little bit of an engage roam focus towards the mid lane, but no one really willing to make any sort of moves just yet.
And that's actually another thing we haven't seen. We haven't seen any kind of, well, we haven't really seen standard lanes, but we haven't seen too much roam from the supports. They've been kind of sticking to where they're supposed to be rather than trying to gank mid lane, which is we see a lot of lately in high competitive play, but when you're on a Soraka, it's kind of hard to do that. You don't really have much to stop an enemy, like a Dark
Binding, landing on Hoplite, but immediately the counter engage onto Lair Bear, taking a lot of damage, but look at those Flame Choppers, so beautiful! Turkey Master just carrying his team one fight after another.
Yeah, that's what we were looking for out of Turkey Master. That sort of positioning, sort of awareness where you should place your choppers at. Very, very nicely placed, and that netted him a kill and his team, the Dragon. First Dragon of the game, but this is before 10 minutes. This is going to be really good for them so far.
Dragon very low, and there it goes. First Dragon of the game. Gonna go over to our blue team, UC Berkeley. Of course, I see a lot more than Berkeley. I'm gonna see Dragons going down, kills going down, and oh man, Ignite, what is happening here? Team God got that Hex Drinker and the double Shuriken. Throwing down those blades for a total of a lot of damage. Enough to kill off LeBlanc, and bottom lane's more trades miss on that Dark Binding. Absolutely huge. But first turret of the game now destroyed there by Martel in the top lane. It's going to put San Luis Obispo on board.
Yeah, in that mid lane, when you're against somebody like Team God, you can't just use your distortion whenever you want to. He even uses Mimic to get more damage onto Team God, and with those being down, there was no escapes from Kevy Bear. He had Flash, didn't even get the chance to use it. Team God, very nicely played, taking advantage of Kevy Bear. Getting greedy, honestly, with his abilities, kind of using them unnecessarily, and punished him for it. He didn't even have to use Deathmark in that exchange, because it wasn't even up during that time. He just kind of outplayed him there. And also, the Hex Drinker kicked in and saved his life. Also, so very nice pickup, very nice kill from Team God. He's going to get a Bilgewater Cutlass, so he's going to add even more single target damage to his arsenal.
All right, talking about arsenals, we can start to talk about, what's starting to be completed. Cinderhulk already done for Lair Bear, so he is actually pretty tanky. He's not going for this very common AP Elise build like you'll see at Worlds, but is still going to be able to get those hard engages, land those cocoons. Just works out pretty well. A lot of HP gained by that, but currently only a bonus of 65, so he'll start stacking that up here in a little bit. Currently, be set in 1v2. Team God can definitely commit to that. Oh my gosh, look at that Shuriken. So much damage.
Yeah, that's the thing, is that Team God, he has Deathmark up. So he needs a... Oh, no. Evan's right. I don't know if that was a good idea to stop the back.
Jumping back in. Turkey Master spell shielded at the very end, but a little bit late there. Evan's right, putting on the pressure. This is all looking very good for UC Berkeley.
Yeah, sometimes it's good to just let the enemy champion go back, but gonna let him stay a little bit longer. Lair Bear is in the bot lane, gonna try to get some sort of lane gank, but I don't think he can do that, so just gonna go farm his jungle, possibly. Maybe not. Pismo slow is actually the junglers doing a really good job mirroring each other right now. Here's a
what is that? A flash cocoon into nothing.
Nothing, yeah.
I was to say that was a very low percentage play. I feel like there's lots of ways to miss that and not a lot of ways to hit it. So went for the big play. Actually made a small play.
Yeah.
The smallest of plays. And
small blunder, if anything.
Yeah, but now everybody going back to base, so I guess that was a good reaction. Okay, just kidding. Heaven's Riot wants to keep going. See, I was under the misconception that you weren't allowed to have Riot in your name at all, but apparently when the Heavens do it, it's okay.
Yeah, you can't have Riot in the beginning part. You can't have it as the first name, the first part of your name. So, like, if he was like Riot Heavens, couldn't do that. But, I mean, yeah, you can have Riot. Obviously you can, but
what if you have, like, the Tiger River and you want to name yourself Rio Tigre?
I guess maybe make it all one word, bro. I don't know.
There's the equalizer on, and Lair Bear needs the repel, but doesn't have to. No committal after that, but go. Okay, Kevy Bear, he's feeling himself, not in a good way.
He likes getting up in the faces, even if it's kind of detrimental to his health. But he knew he could flash back to that other distortion. And that is where Hoplite is really going to come in handy. Because if Kevy Bear tries that and Hoplite's around, he can just throw his silence underneath him and keep him from going back. It's gonna be really bad if Kevy Bear starts doing that whenever Hoplite's around. And Hoplite's gonna get wind of that and throw down the Equinox. I found out the name, Equinox. And yeah, it's I want to say it's going to be humorous only because it's one of those things like, I can't really jump back, but it's not going to be humorous for Kevy Bear.
A whole lot of spinning and not a lot of winning there. Very unfortunate situation for Pismo to be in. I'm still confused as to what happened there, but hey, they invade for the blue buff and they steal it worth.
Yeah, a lot of spins, so I mean, you did win the blue buff as a consolation prize, I suppose. And if anything, he might have just wanted to get out of there, and a Cyclone does speed you up a little bit. I don't really think he needed to, though, and that's the only reason I can see him using it, besides maybe also his team thought he was going to...
Bottom lane, the 1v1 between AD Carry versus AD Carry. Heaven's right, wants this explosion. Summoner heal versus Summoner heal. Needs those auto attacks. One more, who's going to get it? They both kill each other at the same time.
That was interesting.
Doesn't get much closer than that.
It was like Vegeta versus Goku. Actually, no, Goku won all the time, so it was... I don't know, we'll just say it's Heaven's Riot versus Turkey Master. No one came out on top there. And if you really want to get down to it, really, Turkey Master did come up on top only because he's a little bit higher in gold, but he uses money on the boots first, so he doesn't get to complete that Infinity Edge as fast as the Heaven's Riot. So it's I don't know, It's just kind of a, you know, what you do best. I do like attack speed on Turkey Master a little bit more than just outright damage early on, only because he does have the turret pushing power. Nice binding! Oh my god.
Yeah, into the ult. Pismo going for the lockdown, getting locked down, and he's out of there. Kevy Bear following up on what was a very good catch there by Yellow Car.
Yeah, now Yellow Star.
And where was that Soraka ultimate during that 80 carry 1v1? That's what I'm wondering
Oh,
about.
what BM? Yeah, maybe Heaven drives along the mic. It's like, don't do it, bro. I got this.
Yeah, he's like, chill out, no big deal, you know, I'm just gonna outplay this guy, right? Just kidding. Here's the outplay, taking Dragon, but a push up the mid lane could be just as valuable with that mid lane outer turret falling, but no push any deeper.
Not yet. No, second Dragon of the game going over to UC Berkeley, and they had complete control of the Dragon last game. It looks like they're trying to establish it this game as well, denying Cal Poly any Dragon chance, and we haven't seen either of them even attempt to be contested. So Cal Poly not doing a good job staying on that objective in the Dragon Pit, and they need to start doing that because we've seen what happens whenever UC Berkeley has control of the map. They start running away with it like they did last game. But it looks like Cal Poly gonna be able to take the bot lane turret. So this is a thing. This has been a trend. It's not worrying, but it is a trend no matter. 3 turrets to 0. Cal Poly been doing a great job in all 3 games so far, getting early game turrets. The question is, how do they capitalize on it?
Oh man, here we go. Equalizer, not necessarily great spacing there. Heaven's Riot continue looking. Look at all that healing coming back from Soraka. Yeah. Heaven's Riot took everything straight to the dome and walks out with half HP.
Anti-engage here.
Force the flash out from Hoplite. Oh, there's a chilling smite into Cocoon. Not a lot of damage from Lair Bear. He's going to walk into a lot of it coming his way. Soraka just healing for her hard out. Wants that damage down onto Turkey Master. Pop goes. The 80 carry ignites taken down, but it's not going to be enough. In the back line, though, Martel going to get locked down by Kevy Bear. And at the end of the day, no one dies. That's Soraka for you.
Yeah. That's exactly what it is. Soraka keeping everybody alive. Both teams threw a lot of resources into trying to kill each other. And yeah, nothing happened. So that's, yeah, like you said, that's Soraka for you. So both teams are just going to go back. Except for Mortinex, he's going to farm the lane now, go back. Well, not farm another lane. Anyway, yeah, it's still an advantage of UC Berkeley because despite them being down in gold and down in turrets, it's shown so far, Cal Poly, they don't know how to capitalize on the lead that they have. And they tried right there. They got a turret out of it, but it didn't really get much else. Besides showing how effective Hoplite is on Soraka. So we'll see what happens in the mid lane here. Turkey Master, Kevy Bear, and Yellow Carb, all 3 in the mid lane. But it looks like Cal Poly, Pismo actually, Pismo's still trying to flank, not going to happen. They're just going to give the turret up.
Turret's falling, and that is only the first turret of the game for Berkeley. Walking a little bit too far forward, Lair Bear repelling up and over to that Raptor camp. But now Binding's going to land. There's the Soul Shackles landing. Yellow Card needs to survive, stays alive just long enough. Martel drops the equalizer. Will it find any kills? Yellow Card alive even still. And the dive continues here through the turret. Probably won't last very long. There are no minions here, so should just back off and wait for the next wave.
Yeah, now it's like Cal Poly didn't even have a turret advantage. They're down in gold now. Team God, though, he is split pushing. That was one of the deciding factors in that fight, is that there was no AD assassin for Cal Poly in the mid lane. But this is exactly what he did on Talon in the first game. He's like, all right, you guys, you might lose some turrets, but you guys better take care of yourselves, because I'm just going to split push over here. And you got the inner top lane turret, but again, like Cal Poly, you have to do something with that. You have control of the map. Ward. Get picks. I mean, it's kind of actually hard to pick with the kind of team you have because you don't have Morgana this time around or a Thresh, but you got to do something with that sort of map control.
Yeah, picks or it didn't happen. Might didn't happen. It's the win. May not happen if they don't get those picks. And to be fair, a lot of great ways to do them for both teams, really. You saw right there the power that Pismo has when he just goes in to lock someone down. Unfortunately, when that someone is Lair Bear and he can just repel out of the way, maybe not such a great target. On the other side, we've seen just non-stop bindings from Yellow Car. He's been hitting them all over the place. Has found himself his fair share of kills. 0, 0, and 5. That's an impressive Morgana score.
Yeah, no, he's doing very good on Morgana. Well, Hoplite has contributed nothing, but there's only been 3 kills on the side of Cal Poly. So not really saying too much about his ability. If anything, it's saying that he isn't dying, so that's always good. There's the Rift Scuttler going over to UC Berkeley. No, it was not UC Berkeley. No, Cal Poly got that. Never mind. Cal Poly got that, so they're going to get a little bit of extra vision, and that's what they need to do. They need to gain as much vision as possible.
Okay, what? Yeah, over that Baron wall so fast. Heavy Bear down to half health. Well, he's healing back up. He's going to pop those potions.
Yeah, I mean, I guess that's ultimate for ultimate. It's not really helping out too much. Martel is kind of what happened the first game. Mordenix stopped the split push in the bot lane. Martel gonna go down there. Let's see what happens with it. There's a turret.
So much just microaggressions going on here. I'm not trying to trigger anyone. I'm just saying that it's like, I want to fight you. Oh, just kidding. I want to fight. I want to fight.
Yeah. It's like an office full of very catty people. It's like, I'll just give you a backhanded compliment here, and then you know.
Yeah, you know what I found out is an actual term called hate-like, where you actually hate something, but you like it just to spite the person. I had no idea that was even a thing. I would not have ever thought about that. But oh man, this thing's heating up in the top lane. There goes Pismo, wants to start that fight, but instead thinks better of it. Bottom lane, though, action as well as Mordanix, I don't know. Yeah, chasing out Martel. He's down to a little bit above half. But here coming in off the flank, Team God wants that shadow over the wall, chunks down Kevy. And there's the big engage, a huge knockup by Pismo. And we've got Turkey Master out towards the back. Does he want to turn and fight this? Back in the backside, and there's the first kill. Heaven's Riot grabbing the kill on Lair Bear, who repelled to the wrong side. Back down in the bottom lane, there's that grab on in the apprehend, but no more damage to follow that out. Mordenix thinks he wants more. There's the equalizer turning around, stepping off the equalizer is Mordenix, trying to get these spins, trying to get the wins. Does finally find that. Does he find the damage? And he will spin it on. Mordenix turning his head right round.
And that's the example of Darius, is that you don't absolutely need to kill your opponent to really kill him. You only need to get him down to about 500 health and then just ult him and he's dead.
That's true. Like, they don't get to play as much of League of Legends as you do.
No, not at all. Not when you're Darius. You play more League of Legends as Darius than anyone else on the entire game, no matter what. Maybe besides Mordekaiser, only because he has a shield. But Dragon is up. Cal Poly may actually get this one. There's some warding coming out from Yellow Car, and the rest of UC Berkeley is making their way over. But that's exactly what Cal Poly needed. They needed that team fight in the top lane. Enough damage to go down and pick some people off one by one. Actually got 2 picks in that team fight, so are they actually going to give this up? No, they're not. They can't. Oh, they're not contesting it.
All this thing is just random jumping around, chains going out, just trying to zone for this dragon. Chain
gosh,
CC onto
so
Pismo.
Nice.
Jungler can't get anywhere near, but maybe some apprehending logic from Mordenix grabs everyone else in, but can't do a whole lot with it. The fight continues, though. I didn't even realize Rumble was caught so far out of position. Dies without using his ult because it wasn't up that entire time.
Yeah, using the bot lane. Martel came from the back lines, and nobody from the side of Cal Poly was able to go and assist him because Mordenix was such a giant wall, and everyone from Cal Poly was just sort of backing off while Martel went in. So kind of miscommunication, it seemed like there. And yeah, he paid dearly for it, gave his life up for it. And UC Berkeley, they got the Dragon after Cal Poly just came off of a team fight, and they really need to learn how to take advantage of their wins in this game.
Shades of game number 2 here, where both teams are very, very even, and then just little by little, Berkeley gets further and further ahead. They're sitting at just almost 1,000 gold lead, very, very low there, but the big difference are the number of dragons, 3-0. That extra move speed, those stats, not something that Cal Poly have yet.
Yeah, and that's the point where you have to start gauging the value of dragons. Yeah, they're only a little bit of gold ahead, only 1,000 ahead. But when you factor in the dragons, factor in all the movement speed they're getting, and not to mention the pushing power and the extra damage, because the first dragon that gives you the extra damage gets more and more relevant as the game.
A little bit of silence. There's the equalizer. A lot of damage, but a nice repel out. Dies even still to the explosive charge. Nice one. Tristan is able to find a kill. Heaven's Riot does not want to fight this crit. Jinx, 4 crits, 5 crits.
My Soraka's there, don't worry.
Yeah, don't worry, you'll be full health in like 2 seconds.
So more next is split pushing.
Super Mega Death Rocket flies right on by.
So Mordenex is split pushing, and now the turrets are actually evened up, and now Berkeley have a more commanding lead in this game because there's not like the pressure of the map is more dispersed now. He's just going to keep pushing, and I think he can actually take on Team God at this point in the game. He has his Black Cleaver. He's got quite a bit of health. Team God, he does have the Blade of the Ruin King to help with that, but Mordenex not going to risk it. He's just going to go back. And yeah, UC Berkeley, they don't. I mean, I wouldn't say UC Berkeley. They're taking, like you were mentioning, creeping their way into the lead further and further. And now they're going to go for Baron over a ward. I don't know about this one.
I don't know. Yeah, they know the ward's there. This can't actually end well. They're not even doing Baron all that quickly. They're just losing health on their most valuable members. Even with that Zeki's Harbinger use, it's only enough to crit down the Scuttle Crab. And a big opportunity here for Cal Poly to come back with a push-up mid.
Oh, wow. I didn't even see that the Harbinger was on Elise this time. Lair Bear. Typically, you do see that on supports, but Cal Poly are going to take advantage of that misjudgment, misplay from UC Berkeley and try to take out this mid lane turret. Heaven's Right can do it very quickly. Turkey Master, though.
Oh, man, very low. Death Mark pops him down. Can't Black Shield that one.
No, you can't. It's physical damage, and that is going to allow Cal Poly to possibly...
Big pull on in onto Martel. Pismo wants to turn that back around. Nice buster shot on a yellow card to stop those soul shackles from latching. At the end of the day, another big fight where not a whole lot happens.
No, they can't get the turret. They have Heaven's Right on Tristana. They just cannot finish it. They're going to keep pushing and try again. Team God, I should say. He's split pushing into the top lane. Mordenex has to go meet him. Turkey Master still down.
He's just a shadow away from that. Really good to throw out the living shadow and then walk back in so that the apprehend didn't actually do very much. Mid lane, we got a killing spree for Kevy Bear. Pismo maybe low, maybe not. He's taking the super mega death rocket all the way back to base the hard way.
Oh man, and Heaven's Right almost went down as well. Hoplite did not have enough life to heal him for a second. And Heaven's Light actually lifestealed what little lifesteal he has from the Doran's Blade off of Kevy Bear's clone. Very, very well played by Heaven's Right. It could have been a lot worse for them. Wait, whoa!
The heals from Soraka just give Heaven's Riot barely enough HP to jump in. We'll get the 1v1. I actually want to hit a quick backspace to check out exactly how that works. Kevy Bear, okay, that's a little... Okay, that's actually pretty bad. He doubled the stores, and yeah, there's Heaven's Riot. It just crits him down over the wall.
Yeah, Heaven's Right. He's playing a really good Tristana game. 4-2-0 right now. Some people would say that's a perfect KDA, but he hasn't died that often. That's pretty telling. He's actually keeping up with Turkey Master as far as gold and just the KDA overall and items coming out. Now, speaking of items, Turkey Master has a Quicksilver Sash. There's not really much to cleanse. There's a knockup from Pismo Slow and a potential root from Hoplite, but that's about it. I'm surprised he got the Quicksilver Sash out of this one.
Yeah, so Quicksilver Sash, it's going to remove from you the opportunity to get lifesteal or armor penetration, but it does mean that you just plain stay alive. So if you're able to continually put out damage, and I would rather have seen this combined with a Zeki's Harbinger so that you at least have that extra damage coming back your way. And I want to say, oh, it is! Okay, the Zeki's is actually on Lair Bear, which is kind of odd, because you don't necessarily expect to see that. Oh man, Martel and Pismo might be in a rough spot. Martel, he is not in a great space. He is going to get spun on, and there is Turkey Master using that to get out alive. But oh man, Kevy Bear, will he explode in time? Look at that Soraka auto attack. That was one big banana. Yeah, it's not the first time I've said that sentence.
Oh god. So the middle inner turret going out. You got me all fumbled there. Good job. Inner mid turret going down, but this might be a fourth dragon, possibly. If they can contain the dragon, Lair Bear, it's not going to be a dragon if he goes down, which he does.
Mordenix, though, not necessarily going to stay very long, but wow, okay, dragon taken by yellow card. Look at Mordenix, how tanky he is, spinning for more health. How much does it take to kill this Darius? An infinite amount of damage, but they've got it.
It doesn't matter. I mean, Where they turned completely off the dragon. You see Berkeley. Hold on, team fight under the turret here.
Heavy Bear, I don't know what that was. He's double distorting in, and this leaves himself no opportunity to escape from anything. This turret will fall here thanks to so much damage from Heaven's Riot, and Cal Poly are right back in this game with a 4-for-1.
Yeah, now they're 3k gold up. You see Berkeley, they're throwing this, but oh my god.
Wait, okay, well, unlucky positioning there. Not quite the place you want to be.
Not at all. So, this is going back and forth. So yeah, the goal is swung back into Cal Poly only because they were able to chase and get kills, but also, you see Berkeley, they didn't need to defend some of those. Like, Heavy Bear did not need to die. I don't know why he was under there. He's a LeBlanc. He's not going to be doing too much there, but with that being said, Cal Poly, they had to give up the 4th dragon to give up in order to get that gold lead. They got 2 turrets out of that push, mostly because Team God was split pushing as well, but this also leaves room for UC Berkeley to come back in about 5 minutes and get that 5th dragon. And I think these team fights will be a completely different story once they have 5th dragon on their side. So Cal Poly, they've really got to focus the dragon for this next dance, because UC Berkeley, they're just on the cusp of possibly finishing off this game with a massive team fight with double dragon.
Alright, here we go. Zed versus Darius. Who's gonna win? Nice there, X-Cage, but oh my god. Pop goes to Darius.
No
Juggernaut or not. That's definitely the Juggernaut.
Yeah, no, I got you there. Yeah, he only has boots on Ninja Tab Mice for his armor, so yeah, Team God can just have his way with Darius. Very dirty.
Double distorting in again. Heavy Bear, man, it's not a winning strategy. He is positive, but he needs to be positive before he uses all of his defensive spells like that.
Man, Cal Poly, they're actually running away with this one now. It's a bigger goal gap than it was whenever UC Berkeley was in charge here. Team God needs to be careful with the split push, but he's actually attracting so many down bot to him that
just gonna go straight for Bear. There's 3 members of Super Mega Death Rocket flying out.
That's right. Oh no.
Hits into the pit but doesn't steal anything. Still actually pretty low here. Berkeley Cal Poly. Okay, they're just gonna pop the Soraka ult. This Baron is dying so slowly. Yellow Car gonna get a 3-man Soul Shackles to land. He'll die immediately afterwards to Heaven's Right. He'll get a nice reset, reposition himself back to the back of the fight. Mordanic's so strong but so slow. His exhaust on a Turkey Master, a double kill there for Tristana. Even more there in the back. Pismo will take the damage, gets the dash on in the Nimbus Strike. Taking down Lair Bear, gonna get the dunks, the flay on in. Will he find more kills? No one dying. Got the blood stacks, a double kill there. Maybe resets the unlucky. Not gonna live there. And okay, again, another 4 for 2 this time. Slightly better fight there by Berkeley, but still not gonna win it.
Yeah, it's not enough. And they had all the opportunity in the world to, oh my gosh, to try to close that one out, but they could not do it. Even after the Baron pelted down onto Cal Poly, they were still able to position themselves so well. No one can get to the Heaven's Right. He's able to stay in the back lines, dish out as much damage as he pleases, because you only have to worry about Pismo slow. He was zoned off by Lair Bear. Or no, I'm sorry. He only had to worry about Heavy Bear. I'm sorry about that. I had the 2 bears backwards. All he had to worry about Heavy Bear, but with these double distortions, he's not been able to get into the backlines to burst down Heaven's Right. And Heaven's Right has magic resist. Oh wait, no he doesn't. Oh, I'm getting that maximum. I'm getting that completely backwards. Anyways, Heaven's Right, he wasn't touched. Take it away, because I'm like fumbling right now. It's like baffling me.
Man, it's been a long day of League of Legends, so gotta give a little bit of sympathy out there. We've had 34 minutes and just over 30 kills, so we've had this same stat for basically every game. Yeah. It's been a little bit slow to start, but once it gets going, man, does it ever go. So I'm actually just really glad that we can have such a great first day. This is the first day of the CSL season. If you guys are like, hey, what happened? What's the standings? There are no standings, because the games are actually just starting to be played over the course of the last week, and we actually are going to be broadcasting games 2 days a week for you guys, so I'm pretty excited about that. Even more collegiate league out there, so See how good we can make it. And if all the games are this good, I don't know. Okay, well, Team God able to shadow himself away. Binding lands onto Soraka. It's getting hit up by an exploding spider, which would just kill me. I'd get one shot by that. It's like, if spider explodes on me, I'm just done. But Soraka, she's a moon child, so maybe she's okay with that. Does that mean that there are spiders on the moon? I don't know. Water's a little bit too much for me. I don't think I could stand spiders, too.
Team God split pushing, doing what he does.
Death Mark there on a Mordetic. So much damage, but Turkey Meister's in the same situation. Pop underneath the turret. No, Mordetic just barely survives. Survival across the map, but Turkey Master does not die. Does die. Yeah, okay. Turkey Master did die. All right. I feel fairly confident about that one. He's actually out of there.
It's definitely a long series so far. We got this. No worries. So Heaven's Right actually does have a Quicksilver Sash. I just want to point that out. So I was like partially right on my fumbling, no problem. But Baron started once again. This has been kind of the Achilles heel for both teams so far, and it might happen once more.
Okay, there's one death. The juggler tries to go in, goes down instead, and now Heavy Bear thinking about going down himself. Double kill. More resets here to come in. Heaven's Right. It's on the ward backwards, but I'm not sure what that was about. A respawn, which is apparently more important than actually watching that kill. Thanks, directed camera. But we're back to the action in the end. Another one team fight by Cal Poly.
Yeah, this is finally going to be Baron for Cal Poly. Heaven's Right. The Heaven's Right is high level enough for that draw the beat to start shooting over the wall. Doesn't even have to be in a bad position anymore. Not like he was in a bad position before. He's 10-2-4. This guy is
Super Mega Death Rocket! Not gonna find a kill, but still very, very low. There's one execute. So Soraka will not get that Baron.
The rocket didn't. The AoE rocket didn't hit Soraka. I guess she would have died if it did, but yeah, Baron
it was not
took down
a Sorocket.
Yeah. And now it's Fifth Dragon.
So all of a sudden,
that's Team God. That's Team God. Never mind.
Team God is.
I'm not used to seeing Cal Poly take a dragon.
It might as well change one of those E's to an A. He is the team right now. He's incredibly fed 10-1-1. And while Heaven's Riot may seem fed, he's 10-2. He's been winning these team fights. It's been Team God that's taking care of the objective. Dragons, turrets, split pushing. He's ridiculous at all of them. So incredible to see each one of these carries playing their role incredibly well. Team God, he's the split pusher, he's got the objectives on lock, but Heaven's Riot's there with the team for these team fights to make sure that they go in Cal Poly's favor.
Yeah, and Team God's only about 1,200 gold from being full build. He's building into that Black Cleaver to get even more armor penetration, or at least reduce the enemy's armor to get more armor penetration from the Last Whisper, but he's almost got it. He's got the Phage, Hoplite. Popping the Talisman Ascension. I guess he just wants to run around a little bit faster. Try to get a little bit more ward coverage. That's actually a really good idea. Using the Talisman Ascension to expand the use of that sweeper lens. Very clever. Especially when you don't need to use it for an engage. It's going to be up. It's already halfway off cooldown. It's going to be up in plenty of time for any sort of team fight. Looks like Cal Poly. They're taking advantage of this Baron. Going to be shoving into the turret finally.
To clarify what I meant about the degree to which you're carrying, you don't have to have an amazing score to be carrying super ridiculously hard. When you look at Team God, he's taken down 3 turrets in a row in that bottom lane. He's also taken Dragon on his own. And I'm not saying that Heaven's Riot's not doing anything. I'm just saying, hey man, oh man, Deathmark is just trying to take this inhibitor down, but instead needs to get out of dodge, trying to run away from there. But meanwhile, in the top half of the map, there's a dive through the turret. Big equalizer, Pismo on top of it. Kiting backwards though, this is actually pretty good for Berkeley. Turkey Master, no, he gets crit down, double shot there from Heaven's Riot. There's the Soraka ult, everyone healthy, and this is just gonna crush the base. Cal Poly, slow, on top of their game, not fast enough to escape that. Mordenix, he's gonna go down, the crit's landing, they're big enough, and luckily Heavy Bear will survive, but he is the only one besides Yellow Car. Gonna be his fountain bro for a second here. The explosive charge, not gonna pop for the kill, but there is the Nexus finally falling. The Cal Poly Slawlers in a 2-1 score take out UC Berkeley.
Yeah, you said UC Berkeley, that team fight was going to go in their favor for a second. It was looking good for him, but then Heaven's Right decided, it's like, no, it's not. And he just started killing everybody. My God, Heaven's Right was a beast in that entire game. But Team God as well. Team God took 3 members of UC Berkeley down to the bot lane. You can't dedicate that much to one split pushing Zed whenever there's 4 members of Cal Poly on the top side.
Yep. some difficult decisions to be made there for sure at the end. And man, you got to give it to the carries, just really living up to their name. Support staff, of course, as well. We had a really big support team based around that. It was basically Soraka, and I actually want to take a brief look at the stats immediately after that game to say healing done. Soraka that game healed 30,000 health. Just to throw that stat out there. So a little bit ridiculous. Soraka, good champion. I think it's safe to say in situations like that, definitely the ticket that you needed. So congratulations in the end, Cal Poly State San Luis Obispo. I know nobody says the whole name, but the Slothers will take the 2-1 win over UC Berkeley in a very long, very extended, very hard-fought series.
Yeah, very. It's still early going though. You have plenty of matches in the C Star League summer. Actually, no, this is the fall tournament, isn't it? Yeah. It's actually our standard tournament, so this is going to be really good. It's only week 1. You got plenty of time to make up for it. So look forward to the next few games. We're going to be here every Monday and Friday at 8 p.m. That's CDT, 6 p.m. PST or PDT. However you want to, whatever time frame it is in the year, because I think we do switch over to PST pretty soon. Yeah. So we'll be here. Thanks for joining us. My name is Joshua Fekes Quest, here with Rapid. Gonna hand it off to him because I think we have some advertisements. Yeah.
Well, we just have a few sponsors to shout out. Brain Gear, definitely the big dog as far as joining us this new season. We're happy to have them on board, and we're happy to be able to share them with you guys in case you've ever wanted a bigger brain. It's physically going to make your brain bigger. No, trust me, you don't want that.
No, that's a medical condition.
Yeah, definitely not wanting that. But if you do want a daily brain supplement formula that does support your brain on a cellular level, and you're looking to maximize your brain health, there is no better choice than it comes to Brain Gear. It's actually a small 2-ounce shot, no sugar, only 5 calories, and it's perfect for getting yourself going. So maybe instead of drinking coffee, you drink something that's good for your brain. So that's what Brain Gear is all about. So definitely make sure to support them because they do support us. Of course, speaking of support, Twitch, where you've been watching it on all season long. It's the start of the season, so I guess this is all season long.
You will be watching it all season long.
There you go. We will be watching. And here on Twitch TV, do want to desperately thank them for their support, making everything happen for us, hooking us up, being amazing. Big thanks to Twitch for making this possible. And of course, last but not least, Alpha Draft. If you guys are into fantasy esports, you want to have contests with your teams, with your friends, with anyone you want to about how well you know your players, teams, and esports, head on over to Alpha Draft. It's definitely the place you want to be. Other than here later on this week, because this season we're actually going to be broadcasting League of Legends twice a week, Monday at 6 p.m. PST and Friday at 6 p.m. PST as well. So you don't want to miss those games. It's going to be amazing. See you back here Fridays for some more League of Legends, and you don't want to miss the Dota action on Tuesday. Starts back up here once again at 6 p.m. PST. It's your weekly stop for collegiate esports right here on twitch.tv/C Star League. Hit that follow down button right down below, and we'll see you back here next week. Thanks for watching.
I'm looking to the ground. I see the grey skies are coming all around. See, I start to lose my vision, but I'm holding on to sound. No fear, I'm still hearing. Wrong skin, but I'm healing. No fear, I'm still hearing. Wrong skin, but I'm healing. I'm holding on to sound. No fear, I'm still healing. Wrong skin, but I'm healing. No fear, I'm still healing. Wrong skin, but I'm healing. I'm holding on to sound. 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 Don't hold me back now, no looking down. I'm standing on the edge and I'm looking to the ground. I see the grey skies are coming all around. See, I start to lose my vision, but I'm holding on to sound. No fear, I'm still hearing. Wrong skin, but I'm healing. No fear, I'm still hearing. Wrong skin, but I'm healing. No fear, I'm still hearing. Wrong skin, but I'm healing. No fear, I'm still hearing. Wrong skin, but I'm healing.
Thank you.